What happened last time? Who wants to go?
See how good my notes are. I guess I'll do it. I already started talking. So, unless you wanted to, Jess? Oh no, it's Kasey.
Oh, oh no.
You alright?
Yeah, it just got snot on my keyboard.
Oh.
That's gross.
Well, anyway, after session 0 of last time, session 1 started where pretty much we were all the characters were meeting in Neverwinter. The year is 1591 DR. It's been about 50 years since a major eruption, and the city is no longer in good standing with the Lord's Alliance. Pretty much, we start in the Castle Neverwinter, or Castle, whatever it's called.
Castle Never.
Castle Never. Oh, I thought I just didn't finish typing, because I did write that down. We meet Ellanis, whose uncle is Renault, the Lord Protector of Renault Neverwinter, the Lord Protector of Neverwinter. And we also meet Vera, who was hired by
Vera.
Vera, hired by Renault, and pretty much they're sort of given a mission to go meet up with a third person at a local tavern, while Neverwinter himself has something else to do. The two of them head to Driftwood Tavern, and they find Canis, who's enjoying food. A delicacy that I guess he doesn't have in space. Pretty much they all meet up, exchange pleasantries, so they're, I guess, supposed to work together, and then they quickly chase a thief that's called outside. From that, we jumped over to a specific tower made of black stone that rises high into the sky, not the highest tower, but a big one, and Oordem and Garret are there together, sort of waiting outside as they have a meeting on the inside with a then unknown to the players person inside. Neverwinter shows up, brings them inside, and we meet basically the most mafia business bugbear I've ever seen. But he's also a cool dude. So
Tony
it's like
Soprano of bugbears.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Wasn't Ulu? It was Ulu was one of the helpers. The actual person was Maddox. Yeah, and pretty much quick meeting there, passing by all the other people inside, which were doing weird stuff. We were told not to make eye contact, essentially, or not to upset anybody. Pretty much everything went well. Was just set up some sort of trade negotiation, treaty, paper, contract, whatnot with Oordem's town of Creto. All pretty much good. And then Neverwinter brought us to meet up with the other three. He wanted to have us all enter into the Beastbane Festival, where a big area of the city is pretty much just they let horrible, evil stuff run rampant, and everybody goes in to kill it or be killed. And that's pretty much what we did.
To be fair, it's very well policed, and the monsters were summoned. They're not just brought into the city.
It's its own sort of running of the bulls, just with a magical flavor. Going in there, we had managed to kill 2 Displacer Beasts, 2 Hellhound, and a Spectator, but lo and behold, the Spectator rised up from the ground like the Xbox logo, cracked green energy coming out, and just came out back as a zombie Spectator. And then we cut to black.
Correct.
And that's my long-winded summation.
Okay. Anyone else want to add anything?
We were promised that we might be able to see inside of the vault.
Or even
given
pick
access,
something out of the vault. Yeah.
If we get the
Winners
most
are given
points.
access. Are there anything else? I'm not expecting more or less. It's just if anybody had anything to add, they can add it. Okay. So we pick up exactly where Mark said, as you guys are kind of taking a breather, you saw the sickly green energy begin to almost pour forth from the ground and into this spectator as its eye rolls back and glosses over. The other tendrils begin to like spaz and panic as this thing begins to just take to the sky. We will maintain initiative, but seeing as it was unexpected, I rolled and it will be going first with this combat.
Okie doke.
We will also add the other party to the combat. And they are just as shocked as everyone else as they kind of catching their breath and are ending up going last. So, top of the round. Not the Beholder stats, no. It will look in a few different directions. It was close. It's going to try to bite Vera, and then... It's Vera, right? Vera?
Vera.
Okay, it's going to try to bite Vera, and then it's going to point... its beams at two closest, so it'll end up being Garret and Ellanis. I need Garret to make me a wisdom save, and Ellanis to make me a constitution save.
That will be a 5 from Garret.
Oof.
12.
You just barely miss it, and as that happens, you can feel your body seize up, Ellanis. And you're yes, you're paralyzed. You can make a saving throw at the end of each of your turns.
Ooh, that's rough.
That said, your mind begins to grow a little foggy, Garret, as you're not sure who is friend or foe at this point. You seem like all of a sudden you're on your own.
Am I frenzied?
You are confused.
Okay.
You are hit with a confusion ray. On your turn, the target can move. Use its action to make a melee or ranged attack against a randomly determined creature within range. If it can't attack, you do nothing. It doesn't say anything about a save at the end of your turn. Actually, no. It can take reactions, or it can take reactions till the end of its next turn. On its turn, I think it's just that turn.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a one-turn thing.
Yep. So it's gonna lunge at you with its now almost like bile-filled teeth, Vera.
What?
It's gonna try to bite you.
No.
Don't worry, it's its weakest thing about it. It's 17.
No.
As it lunges at you, bring your shield up, and it kind of just bites at it and gets its teeth on the top, but then its bottom teeth kind of scrape up the front of it. Ellanis, you are up.
So we're just gonna make a con save.
Yep.
Anyway, next turn.
Okay, so Ellanis is kind of still standing there as everybody's watching this thing, kind of in shock. Oordem, you're up.
Seeing around, I don't have the ability to restore anybody. Great. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Spiritual Weapon and place that just right next to the thing. I've got the thing. You see coming out of the sky just a giant fist, sort of like a gauntlet in a fist, sparkly, slight translucent, a little like bluish, purplish, just right next to this giant beholder. And with that, as part of the bonus action, I can also attack with it, I believe. Yes. It is a roll dice. That's a good one. 24 to hit.
That will hit.
pretty good. 9 force damage.
Good.
And with that, because I cast a bonus action, I can still cast a cantrip as a normal action, which will be a Sacred Flame. I need a dexterity save
Okay.
of DC 14.
Does not make it.
All right. Take 3 radiant damage. And I'll sort of duck back behind the debris, tent wall, whatnot. Just try and just keep away from it. And that'll be my turn.
Sorry, the music's...
Yeah, I notice Kenku sometimes, at least on my computer, will sometimes just lag.
It's more I'm looking at voice connected. It's just that.
Fair enough.
Anyway, Canis, you are up.
Right. Do you do
I
flanking?
believe you are concentrating on your...
Yeah, it's a divine favor.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do flanking?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Then I'm gonna flank.
I'm concentrating.
Great sword attack. 11. Oh,
Is that with the-
advantage? Yeah.
Advantage, yeah.
Yep, 7.
Just kind of more of in a confused manner yourself. Just usually when you kill these things, they stay down.
Mm.
You just swing and it dodges quickly with its extra sensory. Even though it's undead, it's still able to keep an eye on you with one of the stalks.
I cast a jump right beforehand, so like my gravity's all off.
Mhm.
So aim too high.
You are up.
All right. Since it's pretty much already nomming on me, I'm just gonna try and hit it with my sword. That's gonna be... Oh god, now I have to do math. 21.
That'll hit.
Yay! D8. I need to refamiliarize myself with my dice, I'm sorry.
The diamond.
Yes, I see it, Phil. Thank you. So that's gonna be 10 slashing,
Okay.
and then booming blade, of course.
Doesn't do anything, but if it moves, it will.
Yeah.
Yeah, on your turn, you just kind of look around and nothing was close, so you didn't really. Actually, you have flight, so you probably.
I wouldn't. I was thinking I'd probably fly down to the
Ogre?
elf.
The elf is down, so the ogre is probably your first target.
Okay. So I will fly down and try to stab him with my dagger.
Okay. Oh, her. Sorry.
Does a 17 hit?
Let me look. It indeed does.
Right, that'll be 3 piercing damage.
So you fly down. You kind of, as you stab at her, she brings her arm up, and your dagger stuck in her arm. She's, "Oh, what the fuck!" And you kind of come to, and your mind's a little more clear now.
Oh. Terribly sorry.
Quick question. Who was it last week that said, do we get points for killing them?
That was me.
At that point, she's just gonna swat you out of the air. She's gonna miss, luckily. So she swings her maul at you, and you just kind of fly right out of the way of it.
I fly back to my spot.
Well, not yet.
Oh. Yeah.
The beholder is up.
Huh?
Not the beholder, but you know what I mean.
Beholder
The-
adjacent.
Yeah. I use confuse and paralyze, so we will hit the fear. At this point, the fear is gonna. Actually, there's 2 people very close, so I need a wisdom save from you, Canis, and then we will do a con save on you, Vera.
Okay. 13.
13's what you need.
Natural 20.
Beauty.
Do the thing like in Pitch Black, that Riddick movie, where like he's in front of the he's in front of the monster, like right out of his line of sight. I'm trying to keep out of his
Hitbox.
trying to keep out of his eye beams.
Canis quick rolls under the spectator. I think can't really find him, and then all of a sudden Canis comes back out to avoid the
Hiding below.
avoid the save. At which point, Vera, you see this like you feel this just this immense force coming your way, but then you bring a shield up and you manage to only take about 7 of it.
Ooh, that still hurts.
And then it will try to bite you.
No.
No.
Oh no!
Oh no! It swings for a 4. Your shield is still stuck in its mouth as it's trying to its tongue is starting to slap around the sides trying to get you.
Oh.
Ellanis, you are up.
You ready?
It was a
Constitution saving throw.
save, yes. God.
Let us find out next turn.
Oh,
A pigeon starts to fly out of nowhere and lands on the top of your head. As you're just still standing still.
The DBD AFK crows.
Yep. Oordem, you're up.
So I'm in a pretty good spot right now, so I'm going to go ahead and smack it again with the spiritual weapon. 14?
Does not hit.
I'll go ahead and make another sacred flame attack.
It looks a
on it.
little tougher this time.
Yeah, do another sacred flame on it. Dex save DC 14.
Does not make it.
Alright, that's a good roll. 7 radiant damage.
Ooh.
Okay.
And honestly, I'm pretty good where I am.
You can tell your damage is just barely trickling off its skin, but there's some kind of weird sheen to it now at this point.
Hmm.
Canis, you are up.
Sorry, I was just reading one of my spells. Great sword attack. That 24 is going to hit.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
For 8 slashing.
Okay.
Plus was a d4 for find favor. Yep. It's an additional 4 radiant.
Nice. Nice.
And I will do a searing smite. So it needs to make a Constitution save.
All right. It does not make it.
All right. So it deals 4 fire damage. And an additional 4 fire damage, if I'm reading this right. And it's caught on fire.
Okay.
So on its,
On its turn, it takes a.
yeah, on its turn, it does another
4.
con save, and if it fails, it continues to be on fire.
Okay. So you kind of swipe your fingers across your sword as it lights on fire, and you kind of just strike it in the back of its big bulbous head. Doesn't really react much, but you can hear it. It's still trying to get to Vera. At which point, Vera, you're it.
Let's see here. You know what? I'm just gonna do the same thing again because that's
Well,
easier. try and shank it.
I'm sorry.
That's definitely not gonna hit.
Did you do advantage?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a 1 and a 6. It's not gonna hit.
Sorry, I read that wrong. He doesn't take that extra 4.
I didn't think so, so I didn't put it on him. It's okay.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure that's what you take if you fail.
It's at the start of the turn, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anything else from you, Vera?
Actually, you know what? I forgot I'm a fighter.
Do it. Give him the
I'm
biz.
gonna action surge.
Yeah!
Why not?
Make it count.
I don't get advantage again, do I?
Yeah, you do.
No, you
Oh shit,
yeah.
really? Damn.
Every attack
Every-
does.
Sorry, I keep trying to backseat DM. Sorry.
20, dirty 20.
That will hit.
Hell yeah, it will, brother. Okay, 9 damage.
How do you want to do this?
Oh!
Yeah.
Let's go.
Like, that tongue is getting close. I don't like it. It's gross. It's slimy. It's disgusting. And I'm just gonna push my sword up and angle it, like, through the backside of it if I can. Or
Pick
even,
his
like,
nose with it.
even, like, up in, like, through the back of its, you know what I mean? Like, the top of its head. Its
So
eyes,
as it's like lashing its tongue out and it gets close, you literally just screw it. You pull your shield away for that slight moment as it opens its mouth ready to bite you. You just extend your sword through the bottom of the roof of its mouth, and the sword kind of just peeks out the top, as you guys can see this faint light, glowing light coming from her blade. Then she quick pulls her arm out, and the thing just
Oh, you're elbow
Falls
deep in
into
that thing.
falls into a pile onto the ground. And as it does, it kind of sits there bubbling.
Do you think it will stay dead this time?
I kick it to make sure. I
not
stab it.
sure.
I stab it. I believe
As you
this.
stab it just your sword that's still slightly on fire just kind of lets it catch a little bit, and nothing happens.
If it gets back up, we can just keep killing it and rack up points.
Does that count as 2? I'm unfamiliar with this game.
I'm counting
Speaking
it.
of racking up points, uh,
As you guys are kind of like assessing and doing, what are you doing, Garret?
I was going to fly up here. How is this guy looking?
They look fine,
Okay.
but as you're flying up there and assessing this ogre just kind of boom boom and like picks up the person and is kind of holding the limp elf in her arms, while the other one is kind of just tending to a faintly breathing young man. And as that happens, kind of up from the sky itself, you see the familiar visage of Olu kind of just swoop in and extend his hands. And as he does that, there's this large pulse from every wizard in the area, and you see
Even me?
No, the working wizards tending to the event. And as that happens, you guys could see the corpses of what didn't disappear just fade away, and you can only assume head back to where they came from. The only thing that remains is the spectator. And as that happens, the masked man just lands right next to this thing and kind of cants his head, but doesn't say a word as he's like investigating this corpse. This is odd indeed.
Was it not part of... this?
Not something the other wizards would have been able to summon. I had no part in it. I was more security.
Excuse me. Do you mind if I have that back?
Oh, right. She pulls it out of her arm.
Thank you.
You don't know any healing magics, do you?
Nope. All I know is killing magics right now, and I was thinking about it, but You sound pretty upset, so.
Please save my friend. And as she does that, she holds the elf and she's like shaking the body. And the body just like
God.
helpless.
Well,
As that's being said, Olu's kind of just still remaining quiet and poking and prodding the body. And coming from up north, you can hear like horns and whistles as what you would only assume to be the closest thing to like ambulance coming through. And at the lead is this very like very dark amber toned skinned woman with long horns, and she's in robes of gold and silver, and she just kind of clears the path, and she's not really messing around. And over that she's like just pointing to random adventurers' bodies, and you can tell this is definitely someone in charge of the healing. And as she comes to a stop, Olu stands up and he looks to the woman, and he kind of just backs up a bit away from the rotting corpse. And as she walks towards you guys, she looks to Olu and points a sharp nailed finger. She's like, "We will have words." And Olu doesn't say a word; he just lowers his head.
So, can I try to discern how the spectator became zombified?
Sure.
Was it work of magics or?
You can roll an Arcana.
Okay.
Let me know what you get.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna look over at
That is
Ellanis.
a dirty 20.
and just wait for Ellanis to be paralyzed.
They're good.
Yeah. You all right up there?
She looks shocked, a little afraid. That was not. She's never fought anything like that, nor was that helpless. That's not even a hard roll. She rolled like a 2 on deception. She's not doing good.
No.
Take it back to the screen here. We know the scene, but I'll take us back to here.
Yeah.
But as things are getting cleaned up, there's elves and dwarves that are accompanying the woman. Her name is Danella. Ellanis, you know this woman. You know she's not really someone who likes to put up with shit. She is very straightforward, and she has a lot on her plate. And as people are kind of cleaning up and helping this other adventuring party, Danella is just standing over this corpse. And as you're looking at it, Garret, you know that it takes immense amounts of necrotic energy for this to even happen. And for that to happen in the city, so you're not sure if it happened, someone did it to them or did it to it, or if it's a result of just being so close to the chasm itself. You're not sure, but it doesn't just happen.
Right.
I can know that much. Because Ellanis will actually at this point sort of start making her way down to the group.
Are any of you hurt enough that you need help?
Vera's like, she's not bleeding or anything, but she is definitely looking a little worse for wear.
Surprisingly, I'm unfazed.
Just a good cut.
But we're gathering what wounded we can, and we're taking them to the Temple of Tyr. If any of you need assistance, come to us. We're just south of the Castle Never.
Has any other thing during this fight somewhere else in the chasm done what this did? Pointing at the corpse of the zombie spectator.
Olu steps forward. No, this is the only one.
Mm.
I am going to have my maesters gather it up, and we'll do experiments and figure out what we can. In the meantime, I suggest you all get yourselves tidied up and healed if needed, and await the points to be divvied up. As it might take some time given the situation, and he points towards the spectator, but it will still count towards your end goal. The other parties are slowly wrapping things up as we speak.
There was nothing else?
I think it's time to call it quits for the day, given the situation. We don't want this to happen anywhere else.
Well, I know very little, and I've only read what I know in stories, but undead out of nowhere, it's at least for spells like that to be cast or a magic to happen, it has to be within a local area.
I agree. We are going to cordon off the area and investigate a bit further.
Yes, like it's my job.
Not you. Me and my people will do it this time.
And I can help too. I've seen these streets hundreds of times.
Uli walks up and puts a wrapped hand on your shoulder. There's other things that I'm sure that your uncle will need you for. You know, Maddox, and your uncle. They'll turn over every stone if they can.
But I could help.
Just return to the temple. We'll figure it out after that.
Gets minor. She speaks to herself a little bit in abyssal.
Danella, I heard that.
Yeah.
And with that, you guys are kind of just other mages, obviously not masked, but very akin to looking close to Olu or working with Olu. They kind of shuffle you guys out and get you guys cleaned up, and anyone who needs healing, they'll cordon a healer or dispatch a healer to the Temple of Agma if you need it.
Yes, please.
Okay. Let me...
Just for a little refresh, you know.
As we're sort of walking, I'll probably turn to Garret and just sort of ask him, like, that's undead. What do you make of it?
Well, judging by, I'm not sure how itself it could have turned. I mean, there are a couple factors that may have played into it that I'm trying to figure out right now. However, might have to deal with the location that it's actually in, or one of my own theories is that maybe one of the actual wizards that were helping run the event itself maybe could have possibly did something to it, altered it in any way. I don't think it's ideal, but, you know.
Ellanis will speak up. That's my immediate theory.
You think it might have been targeted, or just someone having fun, chaos reigning supreme?
Possibly. The city has a lot of enemies, normally.
Want to go back to more USRP?
I want to be too out of the clue of like someone wanting to cause chaos or partying this event. It's supposed to be a forefront anyway for community and for people to get together, as well as a show of strength.
It's simple what happened here. The beholder, a fear of dying, when it was slain, that became its reality, so it rose as an undead.
That's not how that works. I've been educated enough times on beholders to know that's not how that happens.
Spectator. Beholders have a little bit more eye stalks.
I think if it was an actual beholder, we wouldn't be alive right now.
That's true. It wasn't even a full one, it was a half. Or quarter? I'll ask him later, but I have a brother who might know answers.
That's another thing, though. Why it kind of dropped very rather easily. Not to say that we didn't
You weren't.
do a good job, but
I would assume. Well, it went down quick. I assumed you guys did well.
we
I couldn't see.
That's fair. If they wanted to do something, why not send something stronger? Reinforce it.
Were these creatures summoned, or were they? It's kind of both in character now. Were they summoned, or were they created?
They were summoned. Supposed to have been. But
Do you think the spectator was one of the summoned ones before it became a zombie? Or maybe the spectator itself?
No, because
No.
I think if it was...
it would have. If it was summoned here, it wouldn't have gone back because it died here. It wasn't a creature that played anymore. It was a corpse that was
Exactly.
reanimated. It had to have died first, and then the necromantic magic would have taken over.
Or it was summoned by somebody else.
Possibly.
Yes.
But if, like, it didn't do much. It was in the middle of adventurers and mercenaries and folks like you fighting it. It wouldn't have lasted long, even with the wizards watching. Either the person just wanted to cause a fun joke, or it was a good distraction.
It was an outside element.
As you guys are kind of walking up the road this way towards the Temple of Agma, you can just faintly off in the distance hear something.
Sick.
It's kind of coming from this way, and as you hear the scream, you can hear some gathering of people.
Ellanis will pull out short swords and start running.
I will fly up to see if I can get an aerial view.
As you fly up, you can see quite a large group of people gathering, like over in this, not in that direction, but like I guess here's a good spot. Kind of an open courtyard surrounded by that building itself.
I kind of want to go towards the noise.
That's where the noise is.
Oh, okay.
The crowd was a reaction to said noise.
Okay. I'll start flying over.
I'll start heading over as well, with just trying to keep within eyesight of Garret.
Yeah, I'll try to stay like somewhat.
Stick to the roads.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know these streets. I move fast.
As you move fast, you kind of. I'm assuming everybody goes.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody kind of just follows suit, and as you get closer towards the source of the scream, the sound comes. You get to this crowd, and you kind of push your way through this crowd, and at the center of this crowd, you see a slender human woman, clad in light leather armors and that of like a scout or an investigator, and just clutched in her arms as she's rocking forward is just the dead body of this human man. He himself is clad in like a tattered gray robe. The man and the woman, they bear a striking resemblance to each other. Canis, you yourself, you've worked with these people once or twice. These people, this is the woman's name is Kevori, Kevori.
Have I worked with them or for them?
With them.
With them.
Kind of just keeping tabs on the city and such. Her name is Kevori, and as she's cupping her dead brother Delvin, Delvin, and you know these people to be the Fernhearts.
Since I'm familiar with them, I will approach them.
And she's cupping it. She's like, "No!" She's just kind of like, "This isn't what was supposed to happen."
I want to do a quick medicine check if it's not obvious that he is deceased.
Okay. It is very clear that he is deceased. You could tell where she's cupping him. The blood is, if she swept her hands underneath him, the blood is on her hands, much like it's coming out of his back. And she's kind of like holding him close. The blood's trickling down his back.
And then if I can do a medicine check to see the cause of the wound, perhaps.
Go ahead. You can with a passive one, even if it's low. Yeah, you can discern that it was a murder, stabbed in the back.
Ma'am, Ellanis, Vegaheart. I'm with the guard here. What happened?
I came to meet Delphin. I came to meet him. This is how I found him.
Did you witness the... Very bluntly, I go, did you witness the murder?
She's looking around confused, and as she kind of like picks him up and holds him closer, something kind of like falls from him and just rolls down this like stone dais, kind of like landing between Vera's feet and whoever's like standing back a bit.
I'll pick it up.
Yeah, if it's not my... Sorry. Go ahead.
What was the last question, sir? Did she witness the murder? No, I did not. No, we were supposed to meet here. He's been missing for God knows how long.
I'm going to do a quick perception check on the area.
As you look around, we'll say somebody who's picking up the item.
If it fell between my feet, I'll kind of like shuffle my feet a bit to keep it between. And
as you look at it, you look down. It's just an eye.
Oh.
And as you look at the eye, you then notice that Delvin is missing an eye.
Ew.
But the eye itself has this weird sheen. Almost, you feel like it's, no pun intended, looking at you, Vera, as you're looking at it.
She'll just kind of close her hand around it and stand back, like army, like soldier pose, hands behind, you know.
As the crowd kind of like,
At ease, yeah.
As the crowd kind of like tightens in, Kavori's, what are you looking at? She's looking at everybody.
I'll stand up and kind of go like, stand back, everyone, stand back.
The crowd's kind of looking, but they're listening to you as they.
I'll just like randomly like point to like the nearest person and go, did you witness anything?
We came by as we heard a scream. Is everything gonna be okay? What's going on with the city?
Just, hey. I order the guard. I need perimeter back now. This is a crime scene. Anyone mess with this? Right now.
People kind of start tapering off and backing off. Some people stick around, but you can tell it's genuine curiosity, or they just live very close.
I'm gonna pick up the eye.
I'm holding it.
Oh, you got it?
It's in my hand.
Why did you grab it?
I DM'd the question to her too.
Okay. But if that's
hold
the case,
on.
then I'm gonna go.
Hold on. Let's see. So you're just holding it, Vera. Garret, what are you doing?
While
the others are kind of like forming a circle. We got Canis and we got Ellanis pushing people back and getting them all.
So I was going to fly down and investigate the eye because he was actually gonna try to just fucking bird instinct, but you said that the actual eye was almost like looking at her.
It felt like it.
Do I... Excuse me. Do you mind if I see that?
Perhaps it's best if we wait until we're in more private quarters, don't you think?
She's going... Don't worry, I won't eat it right now.
I was worried about you eating it.
I'm gonna snatch it.
She's holding it in her fist, bro.
Don't mention
you got
food.
it. Oh, you're squishing.
No, she's not squishing it.
So as you reach for it, Garret, Vera kind of like cups it to her chest a bit, and in confusion. Now even more confused and saying you won't eat it.
Don't mention food. I'm
And
starving.
as you guys are messing with the eye, Kavori looks to you three that are standing there while the others are kind of pushing people back, and you four rather. I want you all to find who did this.
Well, I mean, that's what I was going to try to do, but I can't gain access to the eye itself.
Yo.
What are you gonna do, Vera?
You know,
Vera.
Okay, well, since that went completely not the way I thought it did.
You still have it.
No, I know, but like she didn't make a spectacle of picking it up. She picked it up kind of like sneakily, quietly, like
Oh,
I
yeah,
said.
but
she
now-
jumped between her feet.
Now the others are making a spectacle of it, so
But then she was holding it behind her back, like cupped in her hand. So how would they know she had picked it up?
I've been watching the whole time!
Okay.
At vulture eyes, he can
He lit-
smell
he
a dead
literally
body.
He did have an actual bird's eye view.
I didn't see no perception check, but anyway, it's fine.
Passive.
Passive.
Is it 20?
Mine's 16.
All right. Well,
let's just move on.
no, yeah. She's like confused, like wait, it's an eye. Like she's like looking at him like incredulously, like what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, well, if it's just a simple eye, then I might not be able to do anything about it then. Never mind. Carry on.
Let's focus on the matter. Kavori, if you knew anything about why he was here or in town, is there anyone that'd be after him? Was he investigating anything? Was there... Why was he in town?
You know as much as I do, and she kind of like lays him down for a second.
Getting murdered? Because if this was an attack, it has to be someone who would be wanting to do it. Any old enemies? Anyone who's worked?
We do exactly what you do. We just... I don't know. We just keep track of the city.
Or did the eye fall from his skull, or was it like in his pocket?
Sorry. Go ahead. Ellanis, go ahead.
If I may, can I search his body? See if I can find anything?
She kind of like, as everybody's talking, she kind of, I'll do it. And she kind of pat him down while you guys are chatting. To answer your question, Canis, it was more of like as she shuffled him and moved him, his hand moved and dropped said eye.
Okay.
At which point it rolled pretty non-conspicuously down the stairs. And then as she's digging through, and Ellanis, as you're keeping your eyes on her, she kind of pats and she pulls out a piece of paper. What is this?
Good question. Let's see.
She pulls the paper out and she looks over it. Healthy Undying.
Does that ring any bells?
Have I heard of the Undying?
Yeah,
before?
slowly steer over to Garret.
Have we heard that before?
Pretty sure.
Have you heard of it?
Yes. Have I heard of it?
Go ahead and roll a history.
May I as well?
One history check coming up.
Lots of
Let's
books.
just have one person roll with advantage. It's fine.
That
I
was
have an
with advantage.
With advantage.
Yeah.
Poggers.
I have
Good,
been...
because I rolled a 2 my first. Okay, that's somewhat better. That'll be a 14.
Total?
Yes, unless I get guidance.
I don't think anybody has guidance.
I have guidance. I will. If you say, I'm wondering what this is, I'll just go ahead and tap it on the back and give guidance if you allow it. I
would. Alright, so it was 14 up to a 16.
It's all you can remember is that it's the name of some, or a title of something or someone. Not sure who.
I think something like that crossed my desk at some point. I don't know. I didn't really pay attention.
Undying.
Well, they're
Yes, necrotic things are the theme of the day.
Related to the zombie?
Dying. It's either a person itself, or I guess with what the note says, it's most likely linked to a group, if I had to guess.
This man did not die of getting his eyes stabbed out. He died of a sword attack.
Well, clearly,
So I
judging by
believe-
the wound on his back, but I don't think that the paper in his pocket are going to...
Meaning, he probably lost his eye beforehand. Could be related to that note.
How do you come to that conclusion?
Well, I suppose it wouldn't be too out of the realm for something like that, and a missing eye, some sort of sacrifice,
Ritual,
maybe?
perhaps.
Blood for the blood gods, you know.
At this point, Vera, you still have it. What are you doing with it?
She'll kind of just pull her hand away from her back and like look at it again. Does it?
blinks.
That was in character.
Not with a lidded eye, but like it shifts a bit and like it looks at you for a moment. Or you could swear it did.
Vera. It's
Oh.
an eye.
Have you held an eye in your hand before? It's a bit unsettling.
One time?
What are you people? Not the point. What was your name, Kavori, ma'am?
Yes. She's
Well,
kind of just sitting there and staring down at her brother.
Were you terribly close with him? Did you know everything that he was doing, or?
We weren't tasked together, but I don't know. You know as much as I do now.
Vera, may I ask a question? To you.
Sure.
What color is the eye?
I don't know, Phil. What color's the eye?
What color?
Hazelish green.
I'll look at
Not a sickly
sorry.
green, but just hazel.
Yeah.
If you answer that, I will look at Delvin's body. Does he have is it the same color eye in the
No.
one that is still in his hat? Mm.
The
you
eye
gonna-
is
that
different
would
from
link
his
that-
eyes.
You
That
gonna
is
relay
different.
That info to me.
Maybe
Yeah.
he had heterochromia. You don't know.
He's in
Okay.
an eye
Oh.
swapping party.
No, actually, now I'm starting to get real worried. May I please see
Do you
that
want
eye?
this, Garret? Yeah. She'll like she's looking at it like not hesitant, but just like because gross. You're holding an eye. She'll pass it off.
Okay, so... Alright.
What are your wizard senses telling you?
Okay, my wizard senses, because I want to identify it, because clearly it's fucking weird.
Identify.
Okay.
Sorry.
Boo. But yeah, you know what? I will identify it.
Okay, are you
Cast
ritual
it.
casting or are you casting?
I only have one spell slot left, so probably ritual cast it.
Okay, so with that, Garret takes the eye and kind of sits down and pulls out some accoutrement and some incense and stuff as he begins to very much begin to cast a spell. With the eye as the focus of the spell. So that said,
Don't interrupt me.
about 10 minutes go by. If anybody wants to do anything, let me know.
Wipe my hands on something. My gloved gauntlet hand.
Yeah, as you guys are doing things, Kavori is kind of like she like takes her cloak off and puts it over her brother.
When was the last time you've seen your brother alive? Was he acting unusual?
That's a very personal question to ask.
You're busy, Garret.
Yeah, start over.
Technically, you are technically in a trance.
Indisposed. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Unless they're directly asked a question. That's kind of how ritual spells will work.
Gotcha.
Or if it's something that's a lot less intense. I feel like identifying is harder to do than it is to set up a camp. Anyway, sorry. She looks to you. A week ago, I saw him. Maybe. We were just hired. We were both hired. It's just the norm. And she looks to Ellanis. It's just like you and.
Were you hired by my uncle directly?
Yes.
What was the job?
It was the regular run of the mill, except we were tasked down here by the catacombs.
Insight check.
Yeah.
Okay.
a little fast on the draw there, but same.
Well, she's just like sitting here listening, so why not? Why wouldn't I? Get a roll in, so why not?
Vera's not yelling insight.
No, exactly. 15.
She seems genuine.
Okay.
She's very unsure of this whole situation.
Look, Vera's new to the city. She just wants to make sure that everybody's on the up and up,
So I was unaware of this catacomb job. What were you investigating?
It's more just making sure and ensuring that the usual rise in crime in this area is not as bad as it is. You guys do know that it's not often that Neverwinter recruits and puts people here just because it is. It's more gang related. It's also these tombs themselves are owned by nobles, so he just kind of like tries to keep things civil and out of everyone's hair.
Be sure the rich people are disturbed.
Yeah, this isn't the richest section, but it is the most unruly area.
Did you encounter anything there?
I didn't. Maybe a few brigands here or there, but
I know how it is.
Delvin and I were supposed to meet up and just kind of catch up. This is my worst fear. She kind of just like places her hands on his chest. So as some time goes on, if anybody else would like to do anything.
Oordem would like to just glance. He's not an investigation type, but he will glance around to see if there's anything obvious, footprints, like bloody footprints, blood trail, things like that.
That would have to be an investigation, so go for it.
Right. 13.
Not too much. You're also not sure, nor do you see a weapon or footprints running away from the scene of the crime.
I would assume someone who could fly. Perhaps somebody with prestidigitation. Clean off the murder weapon before they leave.
So everybody's wandering about and talking now. At this point, Garret, you're kind of completing your ritual cast, and as you do that, you have the eye down in the middle of we'll say like in the middle of your book as the spell's cast. There's just this thrum of arcane is like, and as that happens, the eye kind of just begins to float up. And as it floats up, it looks at you for a moment, and you can just hear in your head.
I'm going to, as it floats up, I'm immediately going to like snatch it into my hands.
As you snatch it in your head, you just hear, "Hell the Undying," and you can feel the eye beginning to like twitch in your hand.
I am going to use both of my hands to cover use both of my hands.
It doesn't feel like it's trying to escape. It feels like it's moving around, like looking.
Quite interesting.
What is it?
Well, what is it?
So, as you say, as you're curious what it is, you kind of open your hands and take a glance, and you see that the eye is kind of like on its side and looking in a certain direction.
I will look in that direction. As
you look in that direction, it just looks like it's looking in a direction. You yourself, though, know that the eye is definitely magical for it to be reacting. It reveals that its function is to lead you somewhere.
I will.
The identify spell reveals that.
Okay. So the spell itself did not reveal what it is, just the fact that it's magical in its purpose.
It reveals that it is magical and it is pointing a direction for you.
Okay.
Much like you should obviously follow it. Obviously.
Oordem.
Yes.
Well, I'm guessing the crowd is dissipated by now.
Yeah, they kind of wandered off. They're not interested in this anymore. Some other local adventurers and mercenaries have come by to kind of help stifle things, and some of them know Kavori, and they kind of like comforting her, and some of the people that actually come by are also, they look like familiar members of the Temple of Tyr, and they're kind of like bringing a stretcher by.
Oordem will lean in or come in closer just so you to keep it on the lowdown.
So, what I've discerned from this is that it's looking in a specific direction.
To your knowledge, it's pointing south.
So it could either be where whoever killed the man went, or to be honest, I'm actually not quite sure. But
You think the eye is just looking for the murderer? Just last thing it sees, it just follows?
would you mind coming with me?
Of course.
So you guys
Should
see
we-
Oordem and Garret get up and begin to wander off, I guess?
I will let the others know. Well, I'll go to the others with it cupped in my hands. Well, it's pointing somewhere, so I'm going to go investigate. I'm not sure if you want to stay here and comfort the woman, or if you want to help out.
No, I have a job to do.
Right. Well,
Let's go.
yes, I'm simply just going to go try to figure out where this thing wants me to go. Never knew I'd be following an eye, but
Oordem, Ellanis, and Garret obviously are following the eye. Is everybody else following?
Yep. Vera will
Rank the numbers.
follow on.
Have
Curious
the,
enough,
have
right?
the authorities arrived at this by this time?
Yeah, it's getting cleaned up now.
Okay.
As the authorities arrived, they asked you what was going on. You kind of just issued everything you needed to issue. Like, this is what happened. This is what, like, you gave them the report, kind of.
Yeah. I tell Kavori, so we've worked together before. We've been partners. So I think I owe it to you to find out who did this.
Please, and make sure you kill whoever did it. You can tell she's very angry, talking through her teeth, kind of deal.
I will join them.
She kind of like had your hand as she said that, and you pull away as she lets go. And as you guys begin your path, the withered eye begins to just kind of become a very easily followable compass for you, Garret. And as you guys walk further and further throughout the city, it doesn't feel right. But then you guys begin to get back down in towards this area here, passing through the more established graveyards. You get down this way, and as you get down this way and head back, the eyeball aims itself down this dark rubble strewn alley. And as you guys look down the alley, it's filled with tatters of cloths and boards and chests and crates and such, and as you look down the alley, it feels like it gets longer and darker, and the occasional rat just scurries and moves across the alleyway itself.
I'll pick up a stick, cast light on it, or some sort of debris around, just cast light on it. So we have a torch.
Yeah, it's starting to get dark now. Night's kind of fallen over in Neverwinter.
And I assume the compass is more like a it's pointing us to the next waypoint rather than just a bird's as the crow flies.
It's literally as you get down this alley, as you get to the end of a road, this thing will. It's not like it's like looking at something. It literally just goes. It'll point like this way.
Yeah, it's great, crazy taxi rules.
Kind of, yep.
In 1 mile, turn right.
And as you guys see this dark, long alleyway, it kind of gets, as you get towards the end, there's a set of like moldering wood boards that are propped up against what appears to be some loose mortar and large rocks. And as you move some of these boards, it leads into this dark, dingy tunnel that's kind of propped into the walls of this area of Neverwinter itself. You could tell it's going to go beneath the graveyard itself.
They did mention the catacombs. Would this be going to the catacombs that you would be?
The catacombs and the graveyards themselves were up here. You appear to be going under them.
Okay, all right. So the catacombs are. Gotcha. Okay.
She puts on some gloves. Hate the dark.
So you guys all go into the tunnel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The tunnel. What's it gonna do? Everyone
Explode.
in.
It's a loading tunnel.
Okay, 1 second. I will need everyone to place their markers. Oh, you guys aren't on this, are you? No.
Nope.
Yeah, no, I was about to say. Everybody started putting their marker on the map.
There we go.
Just give me a marching order.
Yeah.
That's more or less what I'm asking for.
Ah.
So, for the sake of this place, as you guys step into this kind of dingy, damp tunnel, there's just all sorts of smells coming out of this thing. But for the most part, once you get into this, the roofs are 10 feet high, and as you step inside of here, the eye continues to point you in certain directions. Like, you could tell that the eye is still moving and still focused on where it wants you to go. This area itself, at the start, has some rusted wall sconces that hold torches, but they are not lit at all. And the walls and the floors seem to be like they're constructed of stone blocks, and they're just slick with moisture and all sorts of goopy, ooey stuff.
Probably. No, it's 10 feet up. It's good. I'll pretty much stand.
You guys are in this tunnel, and it's moving in a downward slope.
I will be wary of my steps.
I'll be in the middle just because I've got the light source and can, illuminate the back and front.
Okay. Obviously, some of you guys have dark vision. You can see into this next chamber here far enough. As you guys get a little further down into this tunnel itself, you could hear this just the soft lapping of water as it kind of echoes through this chamber. And at the far end, you can definitely see some wood and stone debris just kind of collapse from buildings. It just litters the area. And as you guys turn to look into the room itself, it's just filled with this brackish water, kind of nearly floods half the chamber.
Gross.
If it's all wet and goopy, any noticeable footprints prior to us entering or stepping in an area?
Nope.
I'm still gonna go with my flyer theory.
I don't think so.
Your flyer theory sounds a lot like you're targeting it at me.
Oh, this obviously would need to hover. You can only glide. I don't think you'd ever do anything this bad.
No, I don't wanna.
I mean, you know where I've been for the past however long day's been, so.
Mm-hmm.
Theory, at least.
I know this is gonna change, but I need passive perceptions. Give me 1 second.
16.
12.
Haha, 11.
Passive perception. Be just 11.
Pretty sure I should have eyes.
Vera?
12.
We're all blind.
Okay. As you enter the room, you guys can notice almost immediately that there's some out of the ordinary collapsed rubble, and it looks like it could lead somewhere. It doesn't look like a comfortable lead, but it looks like it could lead somewhere.
What's the eye pointing at?
The eye, if you're standing where you are you moving anywhere?
I'd be following right behind Oordem.
Okay. The eye itself for you is pointing in, let's say, since you're not sure even where you are, we're just going to use the squares. We're going to use the squares around you. It's pointing in this direction.
Like through the wall?
It's through the water.
That is where the eye is pointing for you. Yeah.
No, it's gross.
Oh.
I don't wanna.
I hate to say it, I think we do have to win.
Wait, here. This is the easier way to do it. That way.
She starts.
I will keep going and then dip my toes into the water.
You could tell that there is enough stuff here that if you wanted to just try to get across the water without going in it, you could, but it's going to take some time.
I'm gonna.
How shallow does it look? Like when I put my
The
foot
second
in...
you step in, it's up to your knee, and it'll only get deeper.
Don't want to get your feathers wet.
Alana, so what's up?
As a note, I'm gonna drop my backpack, put my hood in it, and take only a tinderbox, 2 torches, and the rope. I'll just sash it around my arms.
Okay.
I just don't want to get most of my shit wet.
So what's the plan here?
Really want to go across that water?
Oh, well, I don't really have a choice. It's what it's pointing towards.
There is this here. Not sure where everything leads, but I'm pointing that out. That people with 12 plus did see that.
That's a very small opening, right?
You'd have to squeeze, yeah.
Saying we either get wet or we get narrow.
What do you mean get narrow? He obviously can't see that
Yeah.
far away without dark vision.
As you get closer, and kind of build yourself up to going into this water, Ellanis. You're not sure what, because you can't see it, but you get this weird feeling that something's lurking in there.
I'm going to grab a rock. I'm gonna tie some jerky for my rations. I'm gonna try and skip the rock across the water a bit. See if there's any reaction.
You could just see it's almost like the water kind of like moves out of the way of the rock and just stops. Like it skips, but part of the water, like whatever's in the water, move like a lump of it, like just like a quick.
Okay. Like it went from I think something's there to I just saw it move.
You saw something, but you're not sure if it was.
Okay, I don't want to go on it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Please, please. I don't want to do it.
What do you think it is?
Opening?
Yes.
No, nor do I care.
I'll lead it down here to the opening. It'll keep his eye. Oordem will keep his eye on the shore, the lake, whatever you want to call it, the bank.
So it was like a little narrow opening.
Canis, Garret, Vera, what are you guys up to?
Well, I guess
The roof is 10 feet high off the water, just so you know.
yeah. I think we'll just have to squeeze through. Maybe it'll take us to where we're trying to go.
That's a maybe. We have no guarantee.
As you're walking that way, Garret. That way.
Oh.
Vera, what are you doing?
She'll follow everybody, and she's kind of like looking at the water, peering at that little gap that she can see down there. Will we be able to fit? That she's in this heavily, armored.
Mm-hmm. It does look tough for most people here.
Hold on.
She'll also look at Oordem, like...
If I turn sideways, I can generally get the hordes in. Generally.
Let me. I'm gonna as they're talking, I'm taking out my armor.
You can tell this crawl space is very cramped. It's large enough to accommodate small and smaller creatures. You guys will have to squeeze through this.
Are you sure you want to take your armor off?
It helps me stealth.
I don't think we
Well-
necessarily need stealth. I'm pretty sure we just need to squeeze in.
Why?
I'm not sure what's on the other side. I can sneak through. I'll let you know what's going on.
Why don't you do that? And then, Garret, why don't you just glide atop the water and see what's on the other side?
Glide atop the water?
You can fly, can't you? You're a bird.
Can, but you... not the most open spaces. I mean, sure, ceiling is up a decent amount, but...
Oh, by the way, Jess, you're healed up.
Oh, thank you.
Whoever needed healing is healed up.
So, these little things right here, are these like pegs?
Yeah, they look like pipes or other things that could have led into it. These are stone pillars that your guys are kind of like. They're obviously slimy and gross.
Well.
I just think it would be faster for you to, like, if Ellanis goes through and sees what's on the other side there, you go that way. You might end up meeting each other.
You're all afraid to get a little wet,
As you say that, Canis, this large, watery, like tentacle, as Canis says that, just lashes out of the water and just wraps around his, like the lower portions of
No,
his
the
body.
Samuel L. Jackson of this campaign.
Exactly. As that happens,
Oh shit!
That's why we didn't want to go in.
the thing you just see Canis just kind of and like slide into the water and
Yeah,
go
get
under.
pulled into the water.
Just right in.
Oh.
I will, if we're not in initiative, I will jump.
We're moving into initiative here.
Okay.
Let me clear this one. Hold on. All right, initiative. Wait, initiative's clear. Let's add turns here.
What the fuck is that initiative? Bro.
I don't have 10. I guess I didn't set up the. Fix something real quick.
Oh no, it goes first.
Oh, it should be. That's weird. Try one more thing.
As you're pulled in, Canis.
It'll be. Sorry, it'll be 12 for me. Yeah, it'll be 12 for me. It didn't add the +2. I'm gonna take my macros off because they're not working.
Okay. Canis, as you're pulled in, you can't see anything, but you feel like the entirety of your body is just confined. On its turn, it's going to begin to constrict you. You are grappled. You are grappled and restrained. You can try to break out, though. But it will constrict you here.
Alright.
It's going to constrict you for a solid 10 as you feel it like kind of crunch down on you.
Oh no, his spindly Githyanki body.
Yeah.
That's all it does.
Every day
As
I
you
break
guys
my
can
bones.
see, you guys can see him. I mean, he's in knee-high water, but he's like unable to move, and he could feel like his legs are like beginning to break. But you can definitely tell like the water's up around his waist, and like the water itself is just attacking him. It's the best description I got for you. It's invisible in water, so.
Oh, I'm up. Okay.
Yeah, we're
see what I can do here because hey, use the lost spells. Maybe move 20 feet for that. I think just instinctually, I would get over here and just try to grab Canis out of the thing prior to trying to attack it. So I would attempt to try and free him if I can.
Sure. We'll say he gets advantage on his attempt to escape.
Okay. And I will, yeah, I'd probably drop the stick on the ground, too, so...
Okay.
There's the light stick, so it's at least illuminated in the area.
So, Canis, you are standing there, you feel your legs breaking, and Oordem kind of like extends a hand out to you to help you out.
Yeah, I will grab it and attempt to break free.
Okay. You're looking to, I think it's just a pose? No, you do it, it's a DC, it's weird. Go ahead and do a strength.
Strength saving throw?
Yeah.
Yeah, monsters generally, if they have a grapple ability, it's got a set save.
Oof.
You feel yourself coming loose a little bit, but then it just grabs you again and pulls you. Ellanis, you are up.
I got a nat 20 on that. What's the dice roll?
I'm gonna run up. Again. I don't want to be in the way, but I don't want to be in the way of our range.
Oh,
attack.
sorry, Ellanis. You still have other things to do aside from your standards.
Oh.
Do you do anything else, Canis, or no?
Oh, well, that would be my action, right?
Yeah. You
Yeah.
got bonus if you need it, or
Uh,
oh, you're restrained too. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I think that's it.
All right, so go ahead, Ellanis.
Dual swords.
Okay.
Fuck.
We're gonna say you have advantage because Canis can back up your attack, and he's inside a large creature.
Thank you.
There we go.
Okay.
First attack.
First attack will hit.
9. It's 9 slashing. And then
Okay.
followed up by my second attack. 21 to hit. So roll that d6. And then plus 8. Or the plus a d8 for Colossal Slayer.
So how much total?
That is... Don't open up the whole campaign, no. Sorry, double checking. 15, 20. So, there's a lot of weird, so half to 10.
It's okay. I'm dealing with the damage adjustment.
I know. I'm like, it's a water weird. I need elemental.
That said, Garret, you were up. Anything else? Sorry, Ellanis. I've got to get better at that. Anything else, Ellanis?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay, Garret.
So I am going to Scorching Ray.
Thank you.
The tentacle itself that's wrapped around Canis.
Okay.
Try to see if I can kind of burn it off.
Well, at this point, he's kind of like in the larger water entity itself. So you're still attacking the weird. It's just gonna be a disadvantage.
Ooh.
You're better off doing something that requires a save.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I will just magic missile.
All right, that's good.
So, a 3, 7, 9. 9 damage.
It's full damage. Good job. So as you kind of just extend your finger forward, you see Ellanis stab into something, and as it stabs into something, you just see the water oddly reform in a very unnatural way. But you extend your finger forward, and you just see your magic missiles go into it, like boom, 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 and they don't splash.
Yeah.
At which point, Vera, you were up.
Let's see. I wonder if that would be a terrible idea. It probably would.
We're here
Fireball.
for terrible ideas.
Well, I was like, Thunderwave. But I kind of don't want to hurt Canis. That would be a terrible idea. But it's about all I've got.
See if you can just move somewhere.
You could move here or here, and you're still like half on land.
That's true.
Just angle it.
You also have to get flanking here.
I just didn't know if there was like a height difference or anything.
Nah, it kind of seems like Canis is like lifted a bit up out of the water, but he's still restrained and grabbed. But he's also on his feet, which is weird.
Oh, okay, I understand that.
It's knee deep water here, but on Canis for some reason it's like up to his waist/chest.
Okay, I guess I'll just move and normally hit it then, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll just be regular though, right? Because it's yep. 17 plus 6.
You're looking for a 13.
Okay, good. I hit it then. I'm not doing math. So that's ooh, full damage. 12 damage.
You do fool.
Poom.
So as you swing, you can see the weapon illuminated with light kind of just give off this thing as whatever's on Canis begins to like let out this like piercing hiss, like as it's up, it's going to try to hit you again because for some reason it needs to.
It's wiggling so much.
What is your AC?
16.
Just barely goes over with a 17. And you feel it. Do you feel the water kind of tighten a bit as it's gonna suck you in some more. You take 6 damage. And we're going to start moving you as the water kind of goes up to your neck here. It's going to pull you deeper.
Help me.
It starts to go over Canis's head as you guys can see him moving out further. But that is an AOO from Ellanis and Vera if you want to take it.
Yes, sir.
I also imagine I'm still holding my whip, if I can do that as well, because it gives me a 10-foot reach.
Did you mention you whipped it out or no?
Yeah, you're right. I wasn't.
Okay.
I didn't grab it, and we weren't prepared. So yeah, it's still at my side. So unless I get a 5-foot reach thing, I won't get an AOE.
No AOs from
AOE.
unarmed attacks. So
that's a dirty 20.
That will hit.
7 damage.
Okay.
She's just like, let go.
Ellanis?
Sorry, I just fucking my stuff.
You're getting an attack here.
I know. Just my internet was like, hey, let's have 5,000 pain.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
5.
You don't get Colossal Slayer from that?
It's once per turn.
Okay.
Wait.
It's not. Yeah,
it's a
not
new turn.
Yeah, it's turn.
Yeah.
Give me that D8. 8.
Well, I have your Colossal damage here. It was a 6.
Oh, is it?
So I'll go with that. That's fine.
Oh,
So total's 11.
I did update that. I forgot about it.
Okay.
I'm just looking at my D&B Beyond sheet. 6.
All right, so you guys see this thing start to kind of take off with Canis. Oordem, you are up.
I'm gonna go ahead and let's see. Can I still see it? I know
You
it's
can-
water, but
It's invisible, so disadvantage on things. But you can
so
see
I won't be
Canis,
able
so you
to-
can see it.
So could I do a Sacred Flame on it? Because I need to be able to see
Sure.
it to target it. So
Sure.
yeah, I'll go with Sacred Flame, Dexterity.
We'll say that you Sacred Flame Canis, but because the water around him, you're hitting it.
Sure thing. DC 14 Dex save.
Dex.
Should be
10.
10. It will fail.
We go.
Measly 2 radiant damage.
Take it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll take it. And I will grab my whip in my free hand.
There you go. Canis.
All right, I'm going to attempt to break free again.
Okay.
12.
That is exactly what you needed.
Ooh, beats it.
So as you kind of break out, you can feel the water that was around you rip more than like move away from you. And you kind of swim to the top surface as this thing's still clawing for you. That is your standard. Anything else?
I can move, right?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, I'm trying to swim away a little bit. Back shore.
Okay.
Dripping wet. That's
Let's
it?
move. Okay. Ellanis, you are up.
I'm just gonna get out of the water and hold a action for it to reveal itself.
The action is attack it when you see it.
Attack it.
Okay.
Sword swipe. 5 feet.
Garret.
I will. Any attack against it's at disadvantage, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. I will just do a chill touch at disadvantage.
All right. Solid.
That'll be a 23.
That will hit.
Yeah.
So that is a... Hopefully it actually takes the damage, but I highly doubt it. 6 necrotic.
As you extend your hand, you can start to see this thing, just its face kind of in the water as it takes shape for a moment. It's kind of startling, but as that happens, you can see it kind of like wince and tense up as the necrotic energy passes through it. You can then see as it passes through it, what's left behind is just the frozen corpse of this weird, as it just kind of floats to the surface in this very large ice cube.
Pat Garret on the back.
Honestly, wasn't expecting that to work, but I'm not going to complain.
Hey, sorry, the water was a bad idea.
Oh, I'm guessing with that, the water must be clear. Like, you said it's like a block of ice now on the water?
Yeah, it's like this larger ice cube. It's a
gonna-
jagged ice cube, but it's larger. Yeah,
I'm gonna try to, like, jump onto it.
you do.
Do, like, a
Your
bird hop.
your hollow bones don't cause it to sink too much.
Alright,
Has a little boat.
I will, test Mage Hand.
Okay.
Kind of, like, on the bottom
Mm-hmm.
of it. And I'm going to use the Mage Hand to kind of, like...
Little flippers.
Yeah, like, doggy paddle
Okay.
me down.
Oh, well, there he goes.
Oh! Wait, throw me the stick.
Give him the stick.
I'll,
Sorry.
Don't give him a stick.
I also need this stuff. Here, I'll toss it to him.
I will attempt to catch it.
All right.
Hits the water, it floats. So
You catch it easy enough. Yeah. If you miss it, it floats to you.
Okay.
I'm going to use my lay on hands to heal 15 hit points.
So I'm pretty sure birds don't have dark vision.
I'm pretty sure you do not. Alan do, but you don't.
Yeah.
All right. So Garrett's going this way. It looks like Ellanis is going south.
Well, I'm already
Somebody should-
wet. Well, follow Garret.
So Canis
I
is
can't.
supposed to just wade through this mucky water.
I can't fit through that, so I'll
No,
I'll
while
go
you're
with
down
them.
there, I guess you can help carry me along.
I could do it alone.
Oh, yeah.
Oordem.
I'll just start pushing it. Yeah,
Okay.
I've got higher push capacity, push and pull.
I will hold the stick up high to light the tunnel.
Vera, do you want to go on the boat or stick with the lettuce?
I can't fit through that. Are you sure you want to go alone through there?
You're already
Perhaps the
gone.
silence means that she's already gone.
She
Well,
she looks back at you and says, "No," and just starts squeezing it.
Okay. So everybody but Ellanis is wading through the water. Garret isn't. He's getting pushed on the ice cube.
Nice.
Okay. We will come back to Ellanis.
You think there's going to be like a rock monster in the tunnel? There was a water monster in the water.
So as you guys get to the edge here, the wading through the water, it gets a lot more shallow in this area, and it gets back up to about knee height here, and then here it's about ankle.
Push the ice as far as it can go, which I assume gets to about here.
Yeah, it stops right there.
End of the line.
Huh.
Hop over it, and then I'll head on in.
We will go to Ellanis here, because Ellanis, I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw as you're crawling through this area.
18.
So as you're crawling through and you get deeper and deeper, you could see in the dark, right?
No, but I'll probably light a torch.
Okay, as you get through to the other end, what light from them, what little light you even had, you get through to the end, and as you get through to the end, you guys up top and Ellanis, you guys begin to hear the very faint sound of rocks, and then all of a sudden, that whole little alcove crumbles away and leaves you with nowhere to go but forward.
Well,
You guys heard the rocks and pretty much a collapse on that end. You're not sure if Ellanis was in it or past it.
I don't think we heard any screaming, so hopefully
Well,
they didn't
I
caught
don't
it.
think we would hear screaming anyway.
I don't think you would hear screaming if somebody just got covered by rocks. I think it would be
It's
quite instant, don't you think?
tempting to be optimistic and keeping a good morale, but I see your point.
Sorry, I did.
Garret kind of like furrows a bird eyebrows. That's your version of keeping morale?
Better than the alternative.
So,
John,
Ellanis, as you get to this area, you hear the lapping of more water to the south.
I'm gonna do a quick orientation.
You hear the lapping of more water to the south, and then you see this golden door to the other direction.
I need to get back to them as fast as possible, so she'll skip on over.
Okay. We will hold off there for you. We did a room for you. We'll go to the next group. So as you guys kind of step up and like wipe yourselves off from the dusty, musty water, in the next room you can just hear all sorts of noises. As you hear that noise, you kind of look in the next room. There's like this faint bluish glow that kind of illuminates the room itself. And looking in, you can just see this ghost just standing, not standing, but floating about 2 feet off the ground. Kind of just an apparition that fades into just like its footless form.
He's not guarding a forge, is he?
Good one. We love it.
Sorry.
Is that eye still pointing this way?
It's just floating there. And as you guys look into this room, you can see just glossy urns and cinerary boxes just sort of line the walls of this rotunda. And she just continues to drift in the center of this room. What appears to be like above a drain. She's just this ghostly, transparent humanoid.
I will.
The ghost itself is clad in plate armor, and where a head should be, it's just almost like this featureless, luminescent orb.
As I like step foot into the room, I'll hold the eye out. Is it pointing at her?
The eye itself is pointing this way. As you point it into the room, as you hold your hand out into the room.
Oh, wait, up it once more. You said it's kind of just a blue orb for a head, right?
Correct. It's like just this luminescent orb itself.
I will very quietly try to stick to the wall and like not disturb it. trying to get through the room.
It seems like follow him. Like follow him.
It seems to have no reaction to your stealthless approach.
What do you mean? I'm trying to be stealthy.
You didn't roll, so it's not a stealth approach.
You didn't tell me to.
I shouldn't have to tell you to.
Okay, fair.
But, like I said, it has no reaction to your stealthless approach.
Well, after I notice that, I'm gonna keep walking and check this way.
Then we'll at least step to the into the doorway.
As you walk down into that area, you see this room that's actually lit up pretty well as this sarcophagus. Give me a second. Oordem, what are you doing?
I was gonna stand at the doorway and, seeing Garret go in, probably at least take a quiet step in. Not necessarily stealth, but I'll roll stealth just in case. It's horrible. Clop, clop, clop as my hooves go on the stone.
Clackety clackety, I have arrived.
This thing looks the general direction of you, Oordem. Hello? Is someone there?
I stay quiet.
It kind of slowly floats in your direction. Help me, please!
Help you what?
Who is that? Please help me. I don't know who I am.
I don't know who you are either.
I've been here for... I don't know how long. Please.
And I look back at two companions, see what they think of the situation. Like give a like what should I do face. Never come across a ghost before.
I mean, she's asking for help.
Very well. What's the last thing you remember? I might be able to help you. Step in.
I only remember this room.
Which way did you come in from?
She kind of floats about the chamber a moment. Almost like she's traveling in a direction. And then she goes to the south towards that other entrance. And then towards the direction of Garret. And then back towards the circle. And then in your general direction. I don't know.
She
Garret,
isn't important to our mission.
Garret, as you're walking down in, you can hear like the rattling of some gold in this direction, and it's just like some faint mutterings on the other side.
I will stealthily take a peek.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it very stealthy, was it?
That's a 5. I step on a rock. Ah.
You can hear it on the other side of the door to you, Ellanis. Ah! As firelight begins to trickle underneath the door, the opposite side of you. You can see the shadow of something kind of pass by the light a little bit.
Does this door swing inward or outward?
It's kind of jammed at the moment.
I'm gonna try and kick it open.
Okay.
Athletics.
As you kick it, it kind of swings inward towards Garrett's direction, but then it swings back out towards you. Like, it just closes again. It's actually very easily opened.
So, you should understand, you look forward, you see the door swing open, she's like, have at, and then it closes again.
Oh,
And then she just pushes
Garret,
it
you
over.
just see Ellanis kind of draw her weapons and run forward as the door slams in your face.
what a very bravado approach.
Just slightly opposite it. Well, hi again.
As you guys are in this room, a stone gold-painted sarcophagus rests in the center of this tomb. The sides of the sarcophagus bear a relief depicting two women gazing lovingly over a field and a city. The lid has faintly distinguishable family crest onto it. Old weapons and decorated armor line the walls of this room. As you guys are kind of meeting back up, we'll go back up to this. We left off with Canis saying it's not part of our mission, and Vera, you were saying something.
Fuck, what was I saying?
While she's thinking of that, Oordem will just sort of look around to see if there's any sort of religious symbology.
She'll kind of push past Canis as he's saying, "This isn't part of the mission." She's like, pushes past him.
Boo, bitch.
My mission.
You are our mission.
How do you want us to help you?
I don't know who I am. Who am I?
Well, you seem to be a lost individual.
Please.
You are a ghost.
I'm
I
going
think.
to check this.
Okay.
I'll get to that, but we're probably both looking at this room.
You
None
two,
of us have
you
any
two can
good
quietly give me a history check or an investigation. She kind of continues to look around the room, Vera, as you're talking to her. Do I know you?
No, I don't think you do. My name's Vera.
Is that my name?
Would you like it to be? It can be. You can pick any name you'd like, really.
Were you saying the history check to me, by the way?
Yeah, history or investigation.
Yeah, and I assume your int's higher than mine. So
It is. Do you want me to just
yeah, I'll
roll
vouch you.
advantage?
Have
Okay.
fun.
Alright, 21
Okay.
for history. Oh wait, no, investigation.
You recognize these symbols as a family symbol, like all over the room. Some of the reliefs in this room, one of the figures depicted on the sarcophagus itself, the armor of this figure matches the ghost.
Okay.
The family crest itself is also familiar to you, as it is the family lineage of the Hallwinters.
The Hallwinters. Okay. Alright. So I am going to basically grab one of the heirlooms that has the house symbol.
Interesting.
You said Hallwinters?
As you guys are looking, we'll go back to Vera and the others.
Oh, we're gonna have a little chat.
Sorry.
We would really like to help you, but we can't help you if you don't know what it is that you need help with.
I just need to remember who I was.
Okay, well, maybe, and she'll look at Canis and Oordem. Maybe if we start naming names, we can go down the common alphabet.
Yeah, we start with the A's.
Aaron Aardvark.
Yeah.
So, with enough
That's it.
heads together, you need to figure out her name.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Let's
there
not go
any-
through the
Yeah,
entire.
No, she's not
Yeah.
actually. But,
Yeah.
Gordon wanted to look around to see if there's any A, religious symbology around, and B, if there's any like a skeleton that might be her dead body or anything like that around?
Around
Oh,
here,
boy.
no.
No.
You can hear the mutterings of some people slamming and clamoring around, looking through shit down here.
No.
But as you guys are walking, there is a familiar light coming from this room as well, like soft torchlight coming from that direction.
Oh, good, you didn't get crushed.
So as you guys are down in there, and Vera, as we'll say, you're kind of like going through some names.
Mhm.
You guys down in the other room, you kind of like are sifting through, reading some details. Like I said, the one in the armor matches the ghost. There, in this tomb itself, most items here have rusted, but in the corner it seems to be a relatively well intact, what appears to be like a shield, with the same Hallwinter crest on the very front of it.
This looks
Okay.
well well kept.
So what I would do with that is I would grab that and go back into the other room.
Oh, okay. Where are we going?
Oh, well, there's actually a ghost in there, and it sounds like it is
Ghost?
lamenting.
You
Really?
wouldn't believe the coincidence.
Like, am I just gonna? She looks up. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
you
ghost.
guys see Ellanis coming out of this room somehow.
He's alive, by the
Oh,
way.
that's another A name. No, your name starts with an E. I
No,
think.
no. Hear me,
Where are we?
spirit.
Oh,
Hello?
You are one of the daughters of House Hallwinter.
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 She's texting Hallwinter.
Your armor is adorned with the crest, something that shares a similar design to the shield. Come take a look, if you can.
This is my shield, but I don't know this name.
It is your house name.
Do we have like a first?
But who am I?
Ash.
Maybe she married into the Hallwinter. Sorry,
No,
I told
no,
twice.
no.
Elizabeth.
No.
Tracy.
The very, very typical common name of Tracy.
Tracy.
I don't know. Agatha?
Oh, I've already said that one. She said no.
Well, I
Marilyn?
guess
Yeah.
I'm...
There was
I don't
nothing else
Marilyn.
in that
There's a
room.
sarcophagus in there. Does anyone want to go grab the head? She
Are
might
you
recognize it.
are you able to move? Can we bring you down into that?
She kind of seems to keep drifting back to the drain.
Okay. Okay. Well, we're
Hmm.
just gonna have to bring as much as we can to her, I think. You go do that. One moment, because I noticed the torchlight coming from over here. I just want to kind of see if I can. I don't know. See anything if I peek around the corner.
You're tall enough, and it's not too high that you look up and see you see a familiar, like taller, more extravagant room than you're in.
I will head on it.
You guys see Vera wander off.
There might be something up this way.
Matilda.
Stop that.
Uh,
I have questions for her.
Have you
as
asked?
you're walking into
You said
here, Vera.
Canis. Canis is a good name.
The smell of old parchment fills this tomb. Bookshelves carrying various tomes and scholarly implements stand against the walls, and at the center is a large stone gold sarcophagus, much like you see. The sides of which bear a beautiful relief carving of two humanoid women exploring the forest together.
Oh. Wasn't that lovely?
Since you're already searching and looking around, go ahead, just roll an investigation, I guess.
Okay. Investigation. That's gonna be a 17.
Nice. It's not a very big room, so naturally your eyes would gravitate towards the bookshelf and like a journal, something maybe, I don't know. And as you're peering, you kind of stop and you see this very extravagant, almost like handcrafted locket sitting on the shelf. And as you kind of see that, you kind of continue down the shelf itself, and you can see this. You kind of like glancing through the room. You see the same woman. As you look at the sarcophagus again, you see the same woman's armor matching up. And then as you turn back your face like towards the shelf again, your face is kind of meted by this. It's met by this weird like little pouch on the shelf itself. It looks like it's full of a couple things.
I will open it. I want to know what's in there.
So you also take the locket.
Take the locket in the pouch.
You cursed forever.
Hell yeah!
No, so as you take the pouch, you can feel some gold inside, and you can tell very much with your background that this is a component pouch. And as you inspect it a little further underneath the component pouch, as you pick it up, you find like that where it was sitting, it kind of like as you pick it up, you hear this like a rattle, almost like a drop away in the shelves itself. And because you rolled high enough, the shell, you can tell it's a compartment. You just easily open the compartment, and inside you see a spell scroll.
Ooh, I will take it.
So you come out with a component pouch, a spell scroll, random spell scroll, and the locket. Or you come away from where you are right now with it.
Can I open the locket?
Your big platy fingers try to open it. Go ahead and give me like a dexterity save or a dexterity check.
Okay. I have to save to open the locket. It might pinch my fingies. No, that's just an 11.
11 is more than enough as you kind of like fumble with it a bit. Inside, you catch the very faintest note. It says, "My dearest Chanel."
So as I'm coming down the stairs and I'm opening the locket, I'm like, oh, I found this stuff inside.
Shayla.
Chanel.
I was getting close.
West Coast?
As you say Chanel, the ghost itself looks directly at you. Yes?
Well, there we go. We figured it out.
Where am I? And as she kind of peers around more, the orb kind of just fades away to this almost ghostly, very beautiful woman. Am I dead?
I'm afraid so.
I'll step closer and kind of like hold the locket out like up to her. I don't think she can grab it, but just to like show her.
And as she just peers around the room, her features, unfamiliar to you all, but to some players, are very akin to Sildar.
No, don't do this to me, Phil. You motherfucker.
This is the long descended granddaughter of Sildar Hallwinter, a war hero that many of you have heard of if you ever frequent Neverwinter or any of the further southern cities. As she reaches towards the locket itself, it actually does move, and she grabs it and she kind of like cups it. Thank you so much. I was stuck here forever, just bound to endless time, as it felt. Who are all of you? Why are you here? Where is this?
Well, you are underneath a city, needless to say. In some sort of cave sewer-ish system, something along those lines. Bound
Catacombs,
to a wellish drain.
Are you here to kill the invaders? It's all
aggressive.
She looks like she's like quickly starting to remember a lot.
What invaders would you know about?
Yes, his ears perk up when he hears the word invaders.
This small group of humans, they kind of ages ago descended into here. Maybe months.
Are they robed?
They were robed and doing all sorts of strange rituals and
Did they ever say the
conducting
word
secrets.
to you? Something.
A man!
the
I saw a
undying?
man!
Hold
She
up.
interrupts you.
Can I finish?
She fully interrupts you. A man! I saw a man running from here, fleeing, pursued by many of them. They came from that direction, and she points towards the next area.
I described. What was it?
Hang on, like Garret. Then she as you were talking to her, she kind of floats up to you as you were saying. What were you saying?
No, I was just going to say, did they ever mention anything about the undying? Were those words ever spoken by the robed men?
No, but I heard of lots of rumors and secrets. They just kept talking about secrets. Go ahead and roll another history for me.
Oordem will pipe up during the roll and ask, "How long have you been down here? When did you enter?"
Am I getting assisted?
You will have advantage from the last advantage.
Okay.
Rolling
Thank
advantage.
God.
I do not
Fuck.
know.
Oh my God, I need to stop using metal dice. A12.
I lowered the DC a bit, and it's still not enough. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
She looks to Oordem as he speaks. I do not know. All I know is dying of old age.
If you died
But
of
I'm
old age.
trapped. I should have moved on.
Something's keeping you bound, and you're ironically bound to this well. Could you try to move to the other side of the room?
She moves to the room. She moves. I can visit my beloved as she kind of floats towards this room. I've never used to be able to do this. She floats up to Vera. Thank you so much.
It's no problem at all. Glad we at least figured out your name. But, I suppose we have to help you further, don't we? So you can move on, you know.
I feel free.
Oh.
The only thing keeping me here is those wretched people.
And that was recent?
Months ago.
Months ago, okay.
Months ago was actually a lot more recent than I would have thought.
Well, because we don't know how long you've been here, so...
I've lost myself for months. Are you here to take care of them? Did you know about them?
No, but we're currently learning more about them.
The man that ran from it, do you know him?
No.
Do you have any defining features?
She describes Delvin.
Yeah, I was about to say, I believe he was an acquaintance of mine.
Ooh.
Yes. Say,
I'm sorry for your loss.
Like a mercenary, right? He was like a mercenary.
Not many people leave here.
Well, not all of him did. He was missing an eye.
Eyes. That seems to be a recurring thing as well.
Oh?
She passes through Vera. Like that!
Oh.
Many of them have that. Are you one of them?
No?
Have one of what?
The eye that
Oh, okay, yeah, she's
Garrett's holding.
Okay, yeah.
Saying,
did all the I ask her, do all these invaders, are they all missing eyes?
Some are, some aren't. I can't remember much more beyond that.
The ones that did have eyes, did they look unusual? The eyes.
Abnormally gaunt, but that's about the gist of it. They do dabble in the magics of the dead. I remember not too long ago they filled the next chamber with zombies.
Oh,
Oh, fantastic.
should have led with that.
Well, there's many ways to get around this place. You just have to find them.
Are you still incorporeal?
She is you.
She says ahead now.
To be able to scout ahead for us? And we can take care of these intruders.
There's not much more to this place. Even if I tried, I'm not sure if... I'm sure if whatever they're doing to the zombies, they can do to me.
Fair enough.
They're controlling the undead.
Personally, I think that you should get some long-awaited rest.
I have to help you somehow.
Well, if you wish to compensate us.
My shield! She floats over to it. And
Well,
she puts a hand on it, and as she puts a hand on it, who's holding it?
I would
There it is.
have set it
You
down
pick
in
it up.
front of me.
Okay.
You can see, like, this shadow kind of just get ripped from it. As it sits there, it glimmers brighter than it was before, with the Hallwinter crest still embedded into it. It appears that she removed a curse.
Mm.
Take this.
Oh,
Mm. Ah, neat.
Take this. It's the least I can do.
You wouldn't happen to have any spare armor for one of our lady friends, would you?
Just what's rusted within the catacombs of my beloved and myself.
We're not grave robbers, so we'll gracefully accept the shield. As Garret looks around to see who uses a shield.
I knew.
I believe just Vera at the moment. So it's an easy choice, Vera. It's a magical shield, that's for sure. But yeah, it's not cursed anymore, so you're more than welcome to use it.
Perhaps another 10 minutes to identify it?
Well, I could, yes. And should we wait till after?
You guys could also short rest here too if you need.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah, short rest would be great.
I would suggest we talk to Chanel here and see if we can get any other information about this location
Oordem,
before moving on.
as you say that, and as you guys were like talking to and looking at Garret with the shield, as you turn to say Chanel, people will follow your gaze, and at on the ground in front of Canis and Vera is the locket, and she is gone.
Aw.
Well, I
Holy
guess what
shit,
she needed
she
was to
actually
give us the
listened
shield.
to my words.
Well, I was going to ask if she wanted this back.
I was going to ask how it felt to be dead.
That's
As Garret says that, Vera's like holding the spell scroll in her hand, like she was gonna pass it over to him to like identify it, and she's just like,
you know.
What? Would you not wonder the same thing?
No.
No.
One day when we all perish, wouldn't you like to know what it would be like?
It's
in-
just,
No.
it's
No.
not. It's just gonna happen.
I quite enjoy life.
It's not the matter of if you enjoy life or not. It's just what comes beyond it.
I don't. I mean, I intend. I think I'm going to live quite a long time, so I'm not terribly
Elves.
concerned.
Garret gets like uncomfortably
half-elf.
close.
As far as you know, Vera's
Wait.
a half elf.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh.
gonna get like uncomfortably close, and my eye is gonna be like directly in front of yours, as if I'm like staring into your soul.
Mine.
No, Vera's.
Okay,
No.
'cause, like, your
There's
icon was
You're
Here.
very far away from me.
There you go.
Other one.
There you go.
Mhm.
I will say, as you look into her eyes, it's probably not as lively as you would think.
There's
You
almost
have-
like a pearlescent hue to it.
Yeah. You know, I've never looked at a bird's eye like this before. They're quite beady.
he just laughs and like takes a step back. That was not the reaction I was expecting. However,
Oh, you're trying to frighten me.
no, I wasn't.
Oh.
I'm just
Okay.
trying to look deeper. I won't bore you with my questions and fascination of the other realms and
Oh, I mean,
beyond.
you know, everybody has a hobby, right? No, I totally understand.
A hobby.
Sure. I like weaving. You like the dead. Same difference, really. Here, I have this scroll. Would you like to? It's just like, anyway. I don't
I
know.
might be able to handle with that.
Okay, I can't do anything with this, so it's useless to me. Somebody take it, please.
Oh, Oordem will take it.
Whoever takes the scroll, if it doesn't get identified now, which it probably won't, or actually it could within the 1 hour short rest.
Well, yeah, I'd probably identify that and the locket and shield.
Okay. Just because this establishes the campaign rule. If you do find something, write a description as to where you found it if it doesn't get identified, because I play the rule of it needs to be identified.
Mm-hmm.
We need to identify scrolls as well? We're not going to be able to just read that even if it's on our spell list?
If it's on your spell list, sure, but
okay.
Technically there's also if it's on your spell list, you'll know it.
I'll take a quick look over it because I have the spell list of both the sorcerer and cleric. So
you would probably know it. Well, you didn't pick the spells though, so you know what I mean.
Oh, you mean if I know the spell, not if it's on my list?
Correct. Yeah.
That's fair then. Sure.
So what that means is if it's in Garrett's spell book, he doesn't have to have it set, but if he knows it, that's the spell. If you have it, if you have your spell set, you could do it. Honestly, in this situation, just with this scroll, if you were to give it to Canis, because his spells work differently than your spells do, Canis would know it because it's protection from evil, I believe. Okay. Yes, protection from evil and good. Do you get what I mean there?
Yeah,
he learned the spell. He knows it.
Yeah. Well, Canis knows the spell and can choose to use it in the day, whereas Oordem, this is for everybody. Whereas Oordem only knows certain spells, but he can. He as a player can pull from more than most people can.
Yeah, right. Paladin is a prepared spell list, so I know every spell since I prepare.
Yeah.
And I
just kind of wave it around.
Yeah.
Anybody who can read this.
As you're waving it around, Canis, it kind of catches your eye. You're like, oh, I know what that is. Give me here.
Can you read? Sorry, that was a spell's written in common.
He said it was protection from good and evil.
Yeah, it's a scroll of protection from evil and good.
Which is different from protection, good and evil.
Yeah. So you identify over the hour short rest, since I'm assuming we're short resting here.
Mm-hmm.
You identify the shield as a +1 shield, Garret.
Nice.
Do you do rules as written with spell scrolls that it has to be on your spell list to use it?
No. So because you know what it is, it's more just the identity of things.
Yeah.
Because you know what it is, you can give it to Oordem, be like, "Hey, this spell does this," and he can cast it if he wants to.
Okay.
Because he has the ability to cast spells off of scrolls.
Can anyone...
Just like identifying them is a different story for sorcerers. Because sorcerers are lazy fucks.
I think we all might all be a spellcaster. So, like, if it's not like, can a ranger cast like a paladin spell if they have the scroll?
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna depend on what it is. Something like that, yeah, he could cast it. But if he's trying to cast anything above, if they're trying to cast anything above like 5th level, I'm gonna call it there for you and for him.
Yeah.
And for Vera.
I think there's like a dice roll if it's a higher spell level.
We'll play it by ear. Every time we get a scroll, we'll ask, "Hey, who wants to hold on to us? Hey, Phil, can I cast this eventually?" So
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Just in terms of identifying, I know as if I chose to play a wizard and had this slot, I would want to use it.
yeah.
Magic items is another story. You have to identify all magic items, unless it's a potion. You could sample it because that's part of the rules.
Yeah.
But like magic items must be identified. Scrolls, I'm not super iffy on, especially because Garret could just be like, "Oh yeah, I know what that is here."
Yeah.
So we won't be super sticklers about it unless it's like a Netherese scroll. Wink, wink.
Mm.
I'm scared.
So over the short rest, you also identify the locket, to be a locket. Yeah.
Just a normal locket?
Yeah, it's worth about 20 gold because it's very nice. It's very nice gold, but it's just a locket. Yes.
I mean, I don't think we should hold on to that. I think maybe
why
we should.
not?
Well, because it's personalized. It literally says Chanel.
Not an hour ago, you said we were not grave robbers.
Yes, that as well.
Well, we're not robbing the grave. She just dropped it.
It was in the room with the sarcophagus.
Okay. Garret looks around in this room.
That component pouch could actually help you, Vera,
Oh.
because you use it as your spellcasting component.
Oh, true.
What were you doing, Garret? I'm sorry.
He was just looking around the room. I see no
Oh,
coffins in here.
okay.
If you wish to be pedantic about it, then you are correct. This is not grave robbing.
Ugh.
Let's take it as a gift.
That's not. It's just
The gift was the shield, wasn't it?
And the
It's a
scroll
2-for-1 deal.
Right,
and the
well,
component pouch.
we have zombies to deal with, don't we?
So you are. I would assume, Ellanis, you explain what you saw the other way.
yes. There's a little door down the way. There's a tunnel, and then looks like another water room.
Zombies are more water. Excuse me.
Prison tight.
Personally, I wouldn't mind the zombies.
I'd rather not fight.
Oordem kind of cracks his fist knuckles, and kind of glows a little bit of radiant energy. I think we can handle zombies. We handle the zombie spectator.
Yeah, we only just got dry. I don't want to get wet again.
Fine.
Oh,
You-
well, I mean, to be fair, if you wanted me to take care of that, I could have just, prestidigitation can make something dry, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I would do that for Canis now. For whatever
Just
is
soak him
still
again.
moist.
His hair gets all puffy.
Okay. So which way you guys headed?
That way, I think.
I say zombies.
Mhm.
So,
All right. Here we go.
Necromancer, lead the way. And I'll pick up another stick and light it, just so we have some light. And I'll keep it sort of under my robe.
Already.
I don't remember saying anything about being a necromancer.
You're the one who talked about liking the dead.
Okay. A man can still be fascinated in something, but not
I was
be of a school.
I don't know
That's
if he's
true, I was-
a character.
just being a nickname.
So as you guys get to this next room, your light illuminates the room, and just all sorts of. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry.
I don't like that eye on the floor. That's really creepy.
Ew.
Eyes are a thing.
No.
So as you guys are walking into this room, What was once a serene crypt it lies in ruin. 2 chipped pillars brace the vault ceiling, and the tombs are cracked open. Reanimated corpses prowl the room. At the center of the room, at the room's back wall. Oh, sorry. At the center of the room's back wall is a dirty, desecrated shrine. The image of a blank scroll. These zombies themselves are kind of stagnant, but looking towards this scroll. Kind of. Some of them are on their knees. Some of them are just standing there looking at it, almost as if like they haven't seen or spotted you yet. But you can just hear this like silent, like droning of almost like they're just tantalized by it. Those who you all were there, you could definitely tell that this room is dedicated to Agma itself. Agma being the god of knowledge and Olu's patron.
Do any of the zombies look like they have cloaks? Cultist cloaks, as the ghost had sort of described?
Yeah, they look like they are either... Some of them are either like former worshippers here or just dead and desecrated corpses, just standing there motionless.
I will step in.
Do you do so quietly, or you just step in?
No, I will actually just step in.
Okay, as you step in, there's like a twitch on one, but they don't really seem to... You don't really seem to garner their attention yet.
I will go, like, slide my back across the walls to try to get towards the center of them.
Okay, you do so.
I will...
Oh, that's
Go
fine.
ahead.
No, go ahead.
I will start now taking quieter and slower footsteps to this eye.
At the bottom of this scroll on the like podium, you can see a flute.
And what about the other podium?
No, it's just that podium, just this one. There is no other, just this one.
Oh, I thought you meant these two.
It's one and the same. Go ahead and roll me a general intelligence check.
Nice. A 23.
They seem entranced by this podium, but whatever this podium is, something's doing something to them. You could tell that if you were to... This is a magical podium. And there's some kind of lingering effects still on these zombies. How long it lasts, you're not sure, but they all seem to just be, for the lack of a better term, inert, but they're still making some noises.
Because I assume I would still have my... Oh, wait, no, Mage Hand only lasts a minute. Damn.
Yeah, but it's a cantrip, right?
It's cantrip.
Yeah.
You can recast it whenever you want.
Okay. I will recast it, and it will float over and try to pick up the flute.
What is
Picks
he
it up
doing?
Picks it up with ease.
I will bring it over to myself.
The flute looks, as you pull it closer to you, it's very much a flute made of bone.
What are you doing?
And as it gets to me, the hand will hold it, and I will use one other hand to basically cover some holes as a flute works, and I will blow into it.
So you blow into it.
Bitch!
No, just kidding. As you blow into it, it just kind of lets out this horrifying, like, one, you have a beak. Two, you're not really performing anything, and three, it's made of bone, so it lets out this terrible sound, just like almost like a death cry, kind of.
God awful.
Yeah, you don't want to hear it again. That's for sure.
Do the zombies do anything because of it?
No, they do not. You could tell whatever as you pull that flute closer. You could tell whatever happened to them. It's longer lasting than just poking them will make them come after you, kind of deal.
Gotcha.
Especially after that death cry from that flute.
All right. I will put it in my bag, and I will hold out the eye.
The eye looks a little more bloodshot, and as it looks towards you, it looks over your shoulder in this direction. That direction.
All right. Well, stay sane, folks. All right, guys. Let's keep going this way.
As you turn, you in your vision, Garret, kind of stop, and it kind of tunnels for a sec, and what you guys see is Garret just kind of droning onward, like just kind of walking forward with like zero emotion, and
Oh my no.
It's 1-on-1.
Oh no. It's
First
bad.
of the campaign.
Like, are these zombies active? Is this just gonna be a?
Well, we'll probably not find out when they get back. Back to the Sam Riegel thing. This game is brought to you by D&D Beyond. As we got whispers. We should take this opportunity to
Are we taking a break or?
take out. Well, no, he's on a 1-on-1. There's no telling when he's going to get back. But
Oh, the other channel. Okay.
yeah.
I wasn't sure what you meant by
We'll do that.
101.
Yeah, sorry. He'll do that occasionally.
But now with the audience at home, when we release it, won't know what's going on.
That's okay because they'll just hear this.
I don't think I've ever
have like a.
I don't think I've ever done a like. I guess
Oh, Phil.
occasionally I tell like someone in secret if something happens. Yeah.
Phil
Yeah.
does it not all the time, but often enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
I
Phil
generally
thing.
don't. Yeah, I generally don't do it when in my stuff
Oh, March was
most of the times. So.
Oh, there he is.
No, I'm here. I don't play a story-heavy sort of game, so I generally prefer to just have everybody knows about it. Just pretend your character doesn't. But in this kind of thing, secrets
Oh, I do it all-
abound to make
I do it
things
all the time.
interesting. Yeah, it's a DM thing, and of course, the type of game you're playing too.
In which light, Sam would ask me like that she's trying to steal things from characters and private
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
But I would never see it because my Discord's muted when I'm recording.
I was trying to say when we were fighting the water weird, should have that pot that turned water to soup.
Okay, so as you guys are following Garret, he's just meandering on, and you guys pull closer towards the end of this hallway here. As you guys get deeper, into the hallway,
Garret?
Garret just continues to walk.
Garret?
Garret.
Garret?
You get to this door, this double door. It's made of green tinged stone. And as you progress further off into the catacombs, the double door is facing a large carving of like a grinning skull. So Garret kind of stops here.
Because I'm gonna move on, yeah.
And he's moving towards the door itself. The grinning skull, one eye socket bears a wide eyeball, and the other is just a jeweled iris. It's a wide eyeball with a jeweled iris. Sorry, and the other is empty.
Garret, come on, Garret. And kind of like grabbing his arm and like shaking him a bit.
As you're doing that, he's almost like very difficult to move as he raises his hand up, and as he raises his hand up, the eye itself levitates from his hand and into the hole, and the door behind you guys open.
I'm sorry, what?
The door behind you guys opens to the south.
Huh.
And I will need you guys to place your here.
I see. Garret,
As he turns towards you all, he just points downwards for you.
I don't like this.
Has he been taken over?
I don't.
Roll an insight.
Did it happen like
Yeah.
immediately after he used that flute, like the bone?
No, he pulled the eye up and he just followed the eye.
18.
He just isn't
14?
saying much. There's something off, but you're not sure if it's the whistle or what's going on, but the door is open and his eyes seem fine.
Garret,
It's not a little dilated, but
right. I'll walk backwards down, but I am like keeping a direct eye line at him. And almost like looking back and trying to keep an eye on this.
I'm gonna grab him and just sort of like pull him away and pull him down with.
okay. So you
'Cause
walk him down with you.
Yeah.
He kind of seems rocky, but he follows you and he doesn't resist.
Quiet he's been in a while.
Mm-hmm.
As I walk by, I'm gonna take a look at the eye now in the socket, see if it's looks any different than it did before.
It's lit with like a green,
Okay.
but that's about the gist of it.
Yeah, looks like there's a room down here.
And as you guys pull him down in, the door slowly closes. Give me 1 second.
Bing.
Oh, bye. Oh.
No!
Ah!
More secrets! Oh, he brought
you.
you.
Vibes.
Why?
Oh no.
Brought the vibes.
This reminds me of Peasant's Quest, the Trogdor game. The beaded curtain shuts behind you. There's no going back now.
I'm in danger.
I think we're gonna have to kill this guy.
Oh god, this is gonna be like your fucking dude in the other camp. God damn it, Kasey.
Let me describe this room as what seems to happen is Garret kind of comes to in this large room, and at the bottom of this stairway it kind of opens up into a wide sanctuary with a vaulted ceiling. Stone pews are arranged in orderly rows as black candles burning with green flames occupy niches along the walls. Atop the pulpit, at the far end of the hall, stands a jagged sculpture of an emaciated hand with one eyeball in its palm. And kind of as the door closed, like I said, Garret, you snap to, and you had the eyeball in your hand. And as you guys are walking him down the stairs, Garret, you snap to, look around. Where are you? And you look down. You see that same emaciated hand with one eyeball in your palm as a tattoo now.
Oh.
But everyone together at this point is beyond this door, and it is sealed.
Like, I don't understand what's wrong with him. I've been like shaking him. I've been
But you
talking.
have fully come to, Garret.
Like, I don't.
Garret kind of
I don't-
like blinks. He
Like-
he looks at everyone and he goes, "What? Oh shit!"
Oh, so now you come to.
Oh,
And that's what we're
clearly-
going for tonight.
Oh.
Oh.
We could RP it Fine, RP it.
Well, clearly, if I was incapacitated and not talking clearly, wouldn't the idea be to stop me?
We
were
tried.
By force?
Didn't
I mean,
want
we
to hurt you. You're a little frail.
At one point, Ellanis, you did try, and his arm moved as if you weren't even on it.
Yeah, I was trying to push you, and you just bait me off.
Okay, well, to put it lightly, something wanted me to lure you down here, and that's when my mind has just ended up here now. Because I threatened to have us leave, and apparently it must have not liked that. Why is there no door here? What even happened?
It's up here.
The door's behind us.
We went into the hallway beyond the zombie room. You went up to a giant skull. The eyeball went into the skull, opened up the door beyond, and we pulled you down here.
Oh, don't forget,
As
he
you-
also blew the bone whistle, bone flute.
Yes.
You remember all that.
Yeah. And well, here we are, thanks to you.
To you, Garret, it was like a quick flash. Like, blew the whistle, follow the eye. The eye happened in your head. The conversation took a while, but the act of getting to here feels like a flash.
Don't put this on me.
Did you have to blow the bone flute?
Blowing the bone flute, I assure you, did not do anything.
Well, it certainly seemed to happen. You went all
weird.
Right. Right after you blew the flute.
No, it was... I assure you... excuse me. It was not the bone flute, because nothing seemed to happen in the moment when I did it. I was just investigating further, and that's when a little voice decided to speak to me, and I was...
That's not...
Roll me an intelligence check, Garret.
Okay.
I'm also a bit more concerned why you thought blowing a bone flute in a room full of zombies would be a good idea.
Okay, so my reasoning for that, I got a 21, by the way.
Mid-conversation, because you're high intelligence, you're just kind of thinking what happened. And as they're yelling at you and pestering you, and you're curious what's yourself from your perspective, they're pestering you. You start to think, all hail the Undying. Then you think of, he mentioned, whatever it was, mentioned secrets. And then a name jumps to your head, the Whispered One. Something not good is happening. As you can, as you like kind of, as your thoughts kind of come to and you hear what they're saying, everybody begins to hear whispers and groans of some sort of darker ritual happening further on in.
Well,
this can't be good.
I'm gonna take another look at that tattoo on my hand. It's a hand holding an eyeball?
Correct. Let me find it for you, if it's anywhere.
now I, as a player, kind of know what it is, but can Oordem make a religion check?
Yeah, you could try. Yep.
18?
I'm trying to find the right one. Yeah, it's this. It's kind of this. It's this, but it's more crude to look more like a tattoo. Give me one. I'm gonna put it in references. Vecna references. I have a better picture that I'll post another time. I just don't want to slow it down. Your religion, accompanied by the tattoo, leads to something that you've heard of once before, but you're hoping that you're not right. As your face kind of sinks along with, I would assume, Garrett's, as his mind starts to put things together.
Kind of glance at each other, I assume having the same sort of expression of, yeah, this is not good.
Oordem, clearly, trust me
Clearly.
on this. I was not in control of myself. Something is
I have no doubt.
very weird.
Something's wrong.
I have no doubt in my mind that you were not in control. Just glad you are now.
I'll say to Oordem and Garret saying, that symbol, you recognize it.
A bit. Nothing good. Everything
Cult,
bad.
a cult, I assume, given our current situation.
You could associate it with a cult, but you could also associate it with more or less a person.
Death itself.
We should not be down here.
So more than a death cult.
Yes. Quite frankly, Death himself.
The cult is irrelevant. In a sense.
Now, me as a player would know the name like Merkel as a death god.
No. If you do not know, tell me. Well, do you know of anything of obelisks or ancient cities or civilizations? Times when magic could be casted at way higher of a caliber than what's possible that is today.
No?
Go keep it that way.
I will look to Oordem once more. He can't possibly.
We saw a spectator turn into a zombie not hours ago.
That must have been simple, maybe not simple. I mean, it's still in the realm of capabilities of even higher level wizards, but
We came down here following an eye. I think.
Is this like a red wizard thing?
Do you say that in character?
Yeah, she doesn't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, just say the name.
Ellanis, before this goes further, you do know that there is a embassy for red wizards in Neverwinter, and
Yeah,
to
I
you
saw
they're
that.
kind of like a commonplace.
Yeah, but I know the legends.
No,
I'm assuming weird fucking magic. I'm like, red wizard? I don't know.
I would not dare say that name.
What?
I've made it pretty clear by my other, topics.
It's one of those cases
who it
where you
might
say the name 3 times in the mirror and open your eyes.
The black spot.
Look, she looks deeply uncomfortable.
If we are correct, he'll.
So this god is so
Unfortunately,
terrifying that you dare not speak its name.
It is evil incarnate.
Incarnate.
Honestly, yeah, that's the route you should take.
Well,
Vera, what are you doing? Just listening?
Yep.
Okay. Anybody
She
trying?
is.
Anybody
No, I
trying the door?
Oh, maybe that's what she'll be doing. She'll as they're arguing back and forth about this thing, she's just like.
Give me a strength check and then or an investigation on it.
Can I just do a straight check?
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, not 20. Nothing's gonna do anything.
You push and it budges, but there's also like this singe of green as you take your hand off of it.
Ugh.
I don't think we're getting out.
It was worth a try.
I don't blame you,
I
but
don't
yes.
think we're getting out.
So whatever you're talking about, it wanted us here? Is that what you're thinking? Or is that what it told you?
Garret is kind of like visibly shaking, and he just nods his head.
Oh, that's
Well,
fucking...
Ellanis, go ahead and roll me a... What's a good recalling? Intelligence.
Religion?
No, just a general recalling.
She's trying to catch up. Oh, hey, look at that, 20.
Okay. You do recall... You had a bunch of questions for your uncle, and the only answer he ever mouthed to you was Olu. And you had questions for your uncle. Why us, so and so? And the only answer he gave you was the name Olu, who you know Olu to be a great divination wizard. Divination's importance go hand in hand. You're not sure if Olu set you up. Olu might know something, or if you're meant to be here, but something beyond even an archmage's power is afoot.
Hold on. I wanna roll a stability check for her right now.
Nat 1, because this will be super funny.
she's pulling it together, but like in her mind, she's only ever dealt with like wolves or like a couple of bandits. This is quickly and aggressively escalating far out of her own control.
And then we'll put a hand on her shoulder and say, "Don't worry, we will all be able to handle this."
Yeah, we're not going to run into the death god in the next room, just as lowly followers.
Panicking will not help. Panicking will not help.
But
Stay calm.
You don't... Where's my... You want your fucking brother, huh?
What was that?
She's just in her, like, under her breath, like, when you want your fucking brother here.
I am going to go in here.
Okay.
Garret wants to get out, even as terrified as he is.
Let us not split up. Let's stick together.
Yes, please.
No more cracks in the walls.
You could hear that groaning and ritual and energy coming as it gets sort of like louder and louder as you guys keep heading this way. As you look into this room, crooked shelves and sorry, doing 8 things at once here.
Yep.
Crooked shelves kind of fill this next room, and scrolls stand against the wall. And in the center of the room is a square table covered in scribbled notes and ink-stained parchment. There's all sorts of just all sorts of accoutrement all over the place here. So you guys go in or no?
Then we'll,
did you say we
clutch
were... Oh, sorry. I thought you said we were going to call it there for the night.
That's true.
You're right.
I mean,
Well, we can move into this room. It's fine.
Okay.
I was going based off of it was a good time to stop, and Addie wanted to stop early. But if Addie's still going, we can keep going.
I'm kind of sorry. I'm just kind of invested.
Well, we can do this next room. We'll figure. I got a better stopping point here.
Ordem's
Alright,
gonna wrap his amulet that he has just in his hand tightly, so religious amulet, and just head on in.
Okay, yeah, I should be going. What's the sector?
You see a bunch of papers and, like I said, scrolls and stuff in here. You can definitely assess that there's some information to be gained here. Just how long you want to spend here is up to you.
Looks like there's a passageway to the south.
There is indeed, yeah.
I will approach this table.
I'm just going to go ahead before he heads over there. I'm going to tap on him and give him guidance because whatever he's going to do, he's going to need some help.
Okay. There, like I said, there is a lot here, but if everybody helps, you can cut the time. So people are kind of like, is that what you guys are going to do? You're kind of like running about grabbing things quietly, as quietly as you can, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So after some time, we're going to say about 2-3 minutes, putting your guys' heads together. The notes and such all spread throughout this room. They detail a cult and terrible experiments, ranging from literal dissections of humans and any kind of living creature, to some history and more rumors and mutterings of the whispered one and the undying king, and just tons of like words just worshiping who or whatever this is. No signs of anything about death gods, but who needs death gods when you can be one, you know? There is some signings of who could pretty much likely be in charge here. The name is the name of whoever could be in charge here. His name is Zalrir, my bad.
Z-A?
I always post it here.
Thank you.
Zalrir.
Zalrir has kind of like signed off on some experiments and other things here. But mostly what you guys gather is that this group in particular is finding and experimenting with ways of magically siphoning secrets from individuals. Not even at a brain level. It goes deeper than that. It goes down to the soul. Like it brands your soul.
I know very little, but this seems...
There is also evidence that this experiment has reduced volunteers to piles of necrotic sludge. Why anyone would even want to volunteer, be it a zealot or just practice or unwilling volunteer, for that to happen, you're just not sure. And then also, that water you guys went through was kind of odd.
Oh no.
Oh no.
You also find notes that cultists are here, but this is only one sect of many that have infiltrated Neverwinter. The other sects have chosen different areas of the city and the catacombs all throughout. There's many more.
Let this cult grow right beneath your feet.
It's your feet too, Canis.
I've just arrived.
As you guys are all just wondering about, there is a box that is locked on the shelves. It's smaller, but it can be unlocked if you wish. I would definitely recommend checks for it, though.
Yeah, I'll take a look at the box, and not trusting anything down here, I'd like to look at once over for either physical or magical traps, if possible.
Okay, go ahead and roll an investigation.
Not good at it, but I'm being super cautious. 14.
That's more than enough.
Cool. Gotta remember to guys.
It is definitely trapped and locked. But that said, when you kind of investigate it and hold it and move it to a certain way, you could hear two bottles inside kind of rolling from side to side as they cling off of each other.
definitely something in here, whether it's helpful or hurtful. I don't know, but this box is dangerous. Anybody good at dealing with that kind of stuff? At all?
No. Not my area.
I would recommend smashing it open.
We want to take the direct approach. Pull out my longsword.
I wouldn't.
It's trapped. It could be, who knows, a rune, a acid, anything.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you guys can gather from that room, bouncing ideas off of each other, aside from what's in the box.
Do you think it can be disabled with a Arcana?
You can force it open if you wanted to. Sleight of hand or athletics.
I will guidance him if he's going to do that, and then I will stand back. Thanks for volunteering.
Oh, my pleasure. Athletics. What was that guidance?
Plus 1d4.
13.
Okay, which ironically just enough. As you pop it open, there's these two little barbs that extend out and like kind of stab a couple times like a trap. As it triggers, you pull it open, you kind of hold it out, and this little puff of green just kind of simmers to the ground. But as you then look inside, you've all been adventuring long enough to be at level 3. You do see healing potions that a little bigger than the norm, but you see healing potions. 2 of them, and for the record, they're because just for reasons, they're 2 potions of greater healing.
Ooh.
I think, Canis, you should get at least one of these.
So I did risk my life for them.
You guys can begin to hear things coming from that next room.
Should.
I will make my way down this.
Well, not so fast. So much rush into this.
I'll pocket the second greater healing potion.
Okay, do not.
We need to get out.
Going towards this freaky fucking.
There's
No
no other
fucking
way
shit
out.
is freaky.
I don't.
We can't get out through the other door. Best bet is to just keep going forward and hoping that maybe there's another one.
Aren't you a member of the city guard? Should you be a little more brave?
I fight wolves and bandits and not this. This is not me.
Garret turns
Well,
around.
this is your job now, so
and
I
looks at
suggest
her,
you.
he's
I do not.
Kasey, let Joey talk.
Oh, it was the same.
I
Like,
signed up to watch a wall.
well, now you're in a crypt. This is your job now, so I suggest
is
you
not my
deal
job.
with it.
Cacophonous whispers echo through this expansive cave coming up as an imposing human cultist, sweeping in robes, stands against the wall chanting. Carved into the floor before him is a runic circle that pulses with sickly green light. 2 cultists, 1 human, 1 elf, stand inside, heads thrown back and mouths agape. Their leader commands, "Now release your secrets unto me. Let the truths hidden in your soul come forth and become stronger." And as if in response, the cultist silhouettes warp into 2 lanky, shadowy entities. And as that happens, the room kind of explodes with this green energy. As you guys peer in, and the the corpses are left behind, but lingering there is just these almost like darkened souls, and they look in your guys' direction, and that's where we'll end tonight.
Oh, this is
Uh,
I like this.
Yeah.
Nice.
Top-notch music selection for that.
I had
Sorry.
to build suspense.
It was really good
Yeah.
because like, I imagine her looking back and like trying to like literally all of the parties pushing towards her. She wants to run out, and then that's behind her, and she hears it.
And
Oh, it's
that-
such a good image.
But that's also why it happened, is because they could hear you.
Yeah.
Because yeah, that's well. Is it because is her noise gonna reason we don't get a surprise, man?
Probably.
It's just gonna be combat. Yep.
That's pretty. It's pretty good. Not gonna lie.
That'll be it for this week. Same
Yeah.
time next week. I'm not canceling, but something I need to tell you guys for next week is you need to come ready, telling me what, just a broad, not your secrets or anything like that, but just a broad of what each of you do between 3 and 10. Be ready to do that next week.
Yeah.
Because next week what I'm thinking is if we want to just do a shorter session next week, that way you guys have time, and if we need to talk about the 3 to 10, because some of us have and some of us haven't, or we can just go right into it. I'm okay with either, but I would probably say some people need to talk about what happens between the 3 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
I have a couple of extra things.
Huh?
Just you know the gist, but yeah.
Oh yeah. But yeah, so you guys, before Garrett turns around, he sees this happen. Oh, by the way,
Oh, Addie,
these
you're
gaunt figures are standing here, and the cultist leader is here.
We have a cultist, 2 shadows.
But yeah,
Gotta kill off
that's what Garrett saw as the others were making noise.
Yeah, Garrett's fucking freaked the fuck out.
why? What do you see?
Yeah.
Anything cool?
Hell yeah!
This
Just
is
a
good.
bunch
This
of
is,
shadows.
this is some good quality content.
Yeah.
I like it.
She's freaking the fuck out.